and more laptops. This week is a very special week. CinemaCon, the world's largest trade show for the motion picture theater industry, is happening right now in Las Vegas. Erik, Voss, and Jessica Clemons are there for us. Today is the Universal panel. They're going to be giving us live updates via Twitter and Slack and every other mode of text-based communication we have with them so that we can give you all the live news from the panel as it breaks. I'm Alex Berg. With me today on the bench are Zach Huddleston. Say hi, Zach.
I voiced most of the minions. Hi, Zach.
And Abby Freel. Say hi, Abby.
Hi, Abby.
You could say hi, Zabby. That's okay. Behind the camera, as always, making everything go is Brian Kim. Yeah. We're going to be keeping a close eye on the chat, trying to get to as many super chats as we possibly can. If we missed yours, it is not personal. We're just overwhelmed. Look how many screens we're dealing with here. We're also going to be looking out for questions from members. I see we've got a super chat now, thanks to Brian's new high-tech signaling system. Sarah Hatchadorian, hello, Sarah. We'll be beefing later. $2 super chat, over under 20%. Erik E.A. Voss gushes about his love for Nolan.
That's over.
Way over.
That's over.
Over 100%.
And you're spoiling maybe the headline movie of this panel, Sarah Hatchadorian. Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey.
Yeah, so let's talk about what it is we expect to see, right? Today's big panel is Universal. It's starting momentarily, or maybe started moments ago. So we're expecting some big news about The Odyssey, Minions and Monsters, potentially Disclosure Day. There's a few other properties that we could be hearing about today. Things like Focker-in-Law, Robert Eggers' Werwulf movie, potentially How to Train Your Dragon 2. So there's, I feel like it's not a wild prediction to say Odyssey is going to dominate the big reveals from today's CinemaCon trailer, right?
Yeah, this is kind of Universal is kind of by output the largest studio in Hollywood. They tend to put out the most movies on a yearly basis. This is a little bit of a quieter year from them as far as like their big franchises.
Yeah.
There's no Jurassic movie this year. There's no Fast and Furious movie this year. We'll talk about some of the stuff they might have coming next year or the year after. But it's definitely a year for them that is going to be dominated by kind of two auteur movies. Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey, Steven Spielberg's Disclosure Day, and then a couple of their animated franchises, mainly Minions and Monsters.
Yeah.
All of our favorites for Best Picture and Best Box Office Crown. But those are the big ones. And then they might be teeing up. Each studio kind of behaves a little differently in these panels. They might spend a lot of time teeing up their 2027 calendar as well.
Very likely, very likely. Abby, you and Brian have been talking. You've been talking a big game about Shrek 5 in the office before the panel started. What is your dream news that we could get about Shrek 5 today?
I would love to see a longer teaser that comes out online and maybe even moves the date forward.
Okay, yeah. Can we get Shrek 5 sooner?
Can we go back to the original date?
What if they announce it's a two-parter? You know what I mean? It's
like they're Frozen 3 and 4?
Yeah, or they're gonna Infinity War Endgame it, and we get just back-to-back, or Wicked for Good, back to basically a Shrek a year. And that's so Universal is this kind of big umbrella studio. Underneath it distributes for some smaller studios, namely DreamWorks, the home of both How to Train Your Dragon, Shrek, Kung Fu Panda. Maybe we get some Kung Fu Panda 5 news here, and other properties. They distribute Illumination, who currently has the #1 movie at the box office, Super Mario Galaxy, and also does the Minions and Despicable Me movies, and as well as some others. Sing, I believe, is an Illumination title.
I mean, between Super Mario Galaxy and then if the buzz we've heard about Odyssey, and honestly the footage we've seen so far from Odyssey via trailers is to be believed, one studio having a movie like Super Mario Galaxy and the Odyssey in a single year, like, that's their year, like all this other stuff.
Probably 2 top 10 movies right there.
Yeah, that's already huge, so it does feel like a little bit of a softer year for Universal, certainly in comparison to like what Sony is presenting or, what we're expecting from Disney tomorrow. But they've already kind of like come out the gate swinging pretty hard with Super Mario Galaxy.
And reasonably, Super Mario Galaxy might stay the biggest movie of the year until we get to Spider-Man.
I think so.
Pretty deep into the summer, and then it's still a question mark. Yeah, it's interesting. So they have DreamWorks, they have Illumination. They also distribute the movies of Blumhouse, which if that's not a household name for you, that's basically 60% of the horror franchises in Hollywood, and a lot of the kind of like breakout smaller horror movies.
I am seeing a super chat flag from Brian, so let's go to the super chats. Lo-Fi Girl Lore Enthusiast, $10 donation. Thank you, Lo-Fi Girl Lore Enthusiast. My predictions: Shrek 5 trailer, Sing 3 announcement.
Let's go.
Five Nights at Freddy's 3 info, How to Train Your
sense.
Dragon 2 live action, trailers for Minions and Monsters, and of course more info on the Odyssey.
Those feel like very solid predictions, Lo-Fi Girl, lore enthusiast. In fact, I kind of wish you would have thrown in a curveball there.
Yeah, give us a curveball.
Like Steven Spielberg breakdancing on stage or something. You know what I mean? Like only because those are so solid and probably so accurate. Looks like we have another super chat. Angel Genorio. My predictions for Universal, news about Jurassic. I think this is really interesting. There's currently not another Jurassic movie slated for Universal. But Jurassic World Rebirth, despite being not a good movie, made a ton of money last year. I think ended up being a top 5 box office film of 2025. That franchise is alive and well. We will get more, probably starring Scarlett Johansson. Yeah. We're going to be talking about some other Scarlett Johansson projects here in a moment. But that feels like a solid prediction. How to Train Your Dragon 2. Yes, that is tentatively, I think, slated for 2027 as of now. Father-in-Law coming up later. And then Fast 11. I think it is currently being called Fast Forever. Yes. Is the working title of Fast 11. And that is tentatively slated for 2028 at this point.
The race in my mind, we're not for pink slips, but just for pride. There is a Fast and Furious roller coaster currently under construction at Universal Studios here in Los Angeles. Will we get a completed roller coaster before we get Fast Forever?
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Correct.
You're right. Like I think that's kind of the schedule everything's on.
And so as Berg was mentioning before, we're going to be relaying information as it comes in. Our main method of communication, Erik, Voss, and Jessica Clemons are sitting in the room where these presentations are taking place, where these studio executives and directors and actors are coming out, where they're showing these clips. We get the Sony panel on Monday. They showed clips for Spider-Man Brand New Day, Beyond the Spider-Verse, and other things, Resident Evil, that have not been released to the public.
Yes.
So all anybody is going to get is Erik's furiously typed out Twitter description of these things.
Yeah, and we've gotten quite a bit of description. Let's take this time before the panel really begins in earnest to do a quick roundup of the weekend news from CinemaCon so far. Monday started off strong with a Sony panel that featured, as Zach mentioned, new looks at Spider-Man Brand New Day, scene from Beyond the Spider-Verse, in addition to footage from Zach Cregger's Resident Evil movie and updates on Zelda, Helldivers, Bloodborne, and Jumanji 4. Tuesday night, we covered the WB panel, where there was some new Supergirl footage, the first 7 minutes of Dune Part 3, plus we'll look at Clayface. We also got a lot more info on the Alejandro Inarritu, Tom Cruise film Digger, casting news for Hunt for Gollum, and signs of life from Practical Magic 2. So we, and these are just the ones that realistically I could remember off the top of my head when I was writing the script before the show started. There's a lot more news that comes out, especially with WB. They dropped kind of like in a montage news about an Ocean's 11 prequel.
Starring Bradley Cooper and Margot Robbie, directed by Bradley Cooper.
Yeah, also The Revenge of La Llorona, which is part of the expanded Conjuring verse, I believe. Evil Dead Wrath slated for release.
Not to be confused. So we're already talking 2 Evil Deads in the future.
We're going,
We've got Evil Dead Burn this year, and then they've already slated another Evil Dead after that.
Yeah, Final Destination 7, Zach Cregger's The Flood movie, which is a sci-fi movie, but not related to the Flood from Halo. For those of you who remember the Halo games, reasonable confusion a lot of people are making given Zach Cregger's gamer bona fides, but it's not a Halo movie, we're being told. Weapons prequel Gladys coming out September 8th, 2028. I got a tweet coming in here. Okay, we have a very perfectly lit photo of Erik Voss saying he's seated for the Universal panel at CinemaCon. He's going to be live tweeting every update about the Odyssey, Disclosure Day, Shrek 5, Minions and Monsters, and everything else we see and learn.
He looks really excited.
He does. Seated and tweeted, Mr. Erik Voss right there. And again, we have the exclusive ability to read that tweet over live stream. Nowhere else on YouTube are you going to see one of Erik Voss's coworkers read one of his tweets on a live stream.
Before the stream starts, I want to do a plug for our live show that's happening in LA on Friday night. On Friday, April 17th at 7 p.m., the new Rockstars crew is going to be doing a live staged reading of Morbius with special guest Carl Tart. You can get tickets for that. There's a link in the description to this video, or you can go to ucbcomedy.com. If you are in LA, come in person. If you're not in LA, you can get a live stream ticket and watch it from the comfort of your own home. Or if you're in LA and you're like parking over there can be iffy, you know, like
no,
that's
come.
fine too.
Don't buy into the parking's hard.
The parking is actually very easy. You can park in the Gelson's lot. They fired the security guard who used to give you tickets for it.
Is that true?
It is true.
Oh,
yes.
that's good inside
These
joke.
are the tricks you learn.
Berg's there all the time. It's going to be a great time. We're all going to be there. Erik will be there. It'll be a lot of fun. Also, really, you know, whatever. All these big Hollywood movies, that's cool and all, but we should get to the biggest news. And that's yesterday on the Warner Brothers stream, okay? I made a couple statements. That the person who has the largest super chat over the course of the week, or sure, we'll just say yesterday or whatever, and the most cumulative super chats, I will drink a beero in their honor during the Disney panel. Now, you know, I was kind of putting the cart before the horse there, assuming I could find a beero, assuming, you know, I could consume a beero. I don't know. Well, guess what, folks? I've got a 12er of beero right here.
12-pack of
Okay,
beero.
look at this. 4 different varieties of Tom Holland's non-alcoholic beverage. Okay, I've got a Noon Wheat, a double tasty West Coast style IPA, Kingston Golden Pills, and an Edge Hill Hazy IPA. And I will consume at least one of each of these styles. Okay,
Four beeros.
4 beeros will get consumed during that Disney panel. I might, depending on how things go today, if somebody impresses me with the quality of a comment, right? If a really groundbreaking super chat comes in, I see we got one in the hopper right now, I will consume a beero spontaneously. Okay, for you.
Just for you.
How about, what will it take for you to shotgun a beero?
Okay, and to shotgun a beero, everybody's been very generous. We've had a great active comment section for the last 2 live streams. If we can cross $400 in live streams today,
Shotgun a beero.
I will shotgun a beero by the end of this panel.
Tell you what, I will join.
Okay.
If we get to the shotgunning beero stage of things, I, who cannot burp, will also shotgun a beero.
Whoa.
I know.
Is that healthy for you? Bert?
Definitely not.
Oh,
if college
no.
is any indication, it's going to be a problem, but I will do it for you, the fans. Speaking of the fans, we have a super chat Brian's been patiently flagging us for. Christian Unpronounceable, $2 Canadian. Did you guys watch Daredevil? Yes, I did. Normally on Break Room, we do an after show every week for Daredevil where we go through it. I will say my spoiler-free review for those of you who have not watched it. A lot of stuff in the present day I enjoyed.
Yep.
Vincent D'Onofrio remains a phenomenal actor. A lot of the flashback stuff I could have done without. I would have rather focused on the present day.
Agreed.
That's my spoiler-free for those who haven't watched it.
Yes.
Another super chat coming in right now. We're getting word from Brian. Sarah Hatchadorian, $2. We need stakes for all 12 beeros to get
You know what?
consumed.
If we do $1,000 in super chats in this stream, we'll get through that 12er. Okay? Whether Abby wants to or not, she will help us get through this 12-pack today. Okay?
I don't even drink regular beer anymore. So the thought of going through like a full beer.
The only risk to us is the volume of carbonation that we will be.
We're gonna be. Maybe you'll burp.
I hope not, because it's going to be a nightmare if I do. That's the carrot is the beero. Here's the stick. If we get less than $100 in super chats, I'm going to down a bottle of Jägermeister and air how I feel about everything.
Wait, what?
Wait, no, people want that.
No, they don't want to incentivize.
No, they don't. Trust me, that's
They'll
the
ask
that's
their
the
money
stick.
back.
That's the sticks. Will they? Because right now, from me Biddy, we got a $5 super chat for the shotgun fund. You see that? We're already blowing past the Jägermeister cliff.
Sorry if you have to shotgun something.
Oh, we got more super chats coming in. Shout out from the 904. Hey, Duval! Are you a North Floridian? Mad Matt 904?
Yes.
Zach, you said the other day that a county around you growing up was dry. Which county was it? Sewanee County. I grew up in Columbia County, right on the Georgia border in North Florida. The county next to us, which was garbage. Everybody always thinks that the town next to your town is a trash town, but this was true. In my case, Live Oak, Florida, and Suwannee County, they were a dry county, a dry city. I don't know if they still are to this day because I refuse to go back. But shout out back to you to the 904. I had a 904 area code for half my childhood, and then I guess the population grew, so I switched to a 386 area code. And the fine folks like yourself, Mad Matt, got to keep the 904.
We got another super chat coming in here. Thank you, Brian. Ryan Snowden with a 420 super chat. My man, 420 is not until Monday. Shrek is love, Shrek is life.
Okay,
someone needs to.
Oh, you watched it.
I have not watched
You
it.
didn't tell
I
me
watched
that.
it. This got brought up yesterday.
I need this to be explained to me.
And
No,
I went and found it. It's only like a minute and change long. It's
yeah.
a short video. Whoever the genius is that put this together, it's like fake found footage with like a Nickelodeon logo on it for no reason. It's great. And you know what? It's not safe for work, but it's also not safe for
No,
work.
it's life.
Do I need audio, or can I watch this
That's
without
pretty
audio?
much
I mean, the audio is pretty good too.
Yeah,
but,
the audio is the quote.
Yeah,
I see.
That's like OG. You are at a sleepover and YouTube is new, and you're like, let's watch YouTube videos. What's on YouTube? And it was Shrek is
And it's
love,
perfect-
Shrek is life.
Perfect length. It's very funny. Let's talk about a couple things we're expecting to see here while Berg catches up. Oh, we got a tweet. Incoming tweet. Here we go.
Tweet.
From Erik Voss. Ushers have told us in our section of the Dolby Coliseum that they're expecting maximum capacity for today's Universal Studios Focus Features panel, which was not the case for us for the WB or Sony panels. What a flex from Universal. It could just be that we're later in the week and more press have made it to Las Vegas for the final 2 days of the conference. Or is it the Nolan effect? Could be Nolan effect. I do think it. I think it has an impact. So the CinemaCon goes through Thursday. Kind of Wednesday and Thursday are kind of the bigger days.
Yeah.
Tomorrow we get 2 major studio panels. We get both Paramount and Disney are tomorrow. So that's kind of the biggest day. But today's also a really big day.
I do think the Odyssey feels like it is going to clobber award season, you know? And and part of that is it's the kind of movie that Hollywood loves to celebrate, you know, this big sweeping historical mythological epic. But part of it too is like Universal's a studio that has the money and the clout to really campaign for awards, which is a part of award season that I think may be invisible to a lot of people.
Especially when you consider this is a convention for theater owner and operators, right? The people that run movie theaters, they really want a movie that is wildly popular, is very cinematic with big special effects and movie stars and all that kind of stuff, and gets awards, right? Like, as much as I enjoyed Anora, I think that is the all-time lowest grossing Best Picture winner from 2 years ago.
I loved it, but yeah, it wasn't a blockbuster.
Very few people saw that. Very few people have still seen it. Speaking of not safe for work, thank you, Anora.
We can watch a little Anora at work.
It depends on your work. It really depends on your work.
Oh,
we got a super chat coming in.
Okay, Lo-Fi Girl Lore Enthusiast, $2 super chat. Odyssey versus Doomsday will be crazy.
That's right. That's right.
I think that day has a chance to set historical box office
And you know
records.
what? If these movie studios had real cojones, Disney and Universal would have run their panels at the same time too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They would have done a Doomsday CinemaCon head-to-head. You know?
Where do we think Erik and Jess would have gone?
Oh, they would have been torn in half.
Yeah.
I don't know. That would have been a real Sophie's Choice kind of moment.
I don't know if Erik, man, that is so interesting because like I don't know if Erik would be able to resist the chance to see Christopher Nolan.
Yes, as much as he needs to be there for Doomsday stuff. But real quick, and the Universal panel is scheduled to start any minute now.
Yeah.
But this is kind of the slate for Universal. As far as we know, they might announce some new stuff, but kind of in order of release this year, in July, we've got Disclosure Day from Steven Spielberg, Minions and Monsters later in July. In August, One Night Only. And this is a movie that doesn't have a trailer out yet, but it is a fun concept. I think it's Callum Turner and Maya Hawke, and it's young singles in New York try to hook up on the one day of the year in which sex is legal. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
It's like The Purge, but sex. I don't know. It sounds like a fun, weird concept. Forgotten Island. This is the DreamWorks animation movie. They did a full screening of this movie earlier in the day at
is this
CinemaCon.
the Filipino
Yes.
movie?
Yes, it's from I believe it's from the same people that did Puss in Boots: Last Wish. So it has that kind of like very cool, animation style. So that's coming out in September. Other Mommy is a horror movie from Blumhouse starring Jessica Chastain, coming out in October. Focker-in-Law, I think we're gonna get maybe a full trailer, some extended footage. I wouldn't doubt if we see Ariana Grande, maybe Ben Stiller, Robert De Niro in the hall there. Violent Night 2, David Harbour returns. And then Robert Eggers' Werewolf. Those are kind of like the known releases.
I would be surprised if we got much on, as much as I would love to, Robert Eggers' Werewolf. Thank you, Nick Howie, for becoming a rock star. Just because, no Robert Eggers movie tends to have a ton of press behind it. Like Nosferatu didn't really.
Nosferatu kind of, a lot of people saw Nosferatu. It was kind of a success.
It was, but it wasn't like a big media blitz. Like in the same way that like if you live in LA, there's Mummy posters all over the place.
But if they're and they may not mention some of these movies, they may not do a lot, or kind of might run through them fast. And then looking forward, yesterday Warner Brothers again talked about multiple movies that are farther out. On Monday, Sony was talking about Spider-Verse. It's not coming out till the next year. So the 2027 slate for Universal, where we might get some news on this stuff. We've got first we've got an update here coming in from Erik.
That's
big update. Okay, here I'll read it from my laptop here. Here's an inside tidbit from the room at these studio showcases at CinemaCon. Sometimes you'll see a green laser shining on random seats around the theater. At first you think, what punk troll brought a laser pointer to this? Until you realize it's actually the theater's sophisticated anti-piracy technology at work.
Damn.
Staffers reportedly use night vision to spot people using their phones to try to record the screen, and then zap. Lasers scramble and black out their phone screens and shame them, LOL. Every seat in this theater is being observed. Some are even speculated it may be automated. That's why no footage is leaking. Get ready for this tech to be rolled out in theaters everywhere.
Orwell, you crazy bastard, you couldn't dream of this, could you?
But are we okay with the surveillance state as long as it prevents leaks
Piracy?
and piracy? I don't know, I guess.
Can the surveillance state Panopticon save cinemas at last?
But a couple movies that we know are coming from Universal in the near future. Scarlett Johansson starring Exorcist film.
Okay.
I don't think this is canon with the recent Exorcist movie that came out and was on Netflix, but I could be wrong there.
Is it more of a reboot?
I think it's a reboot or a direct sequel from the original. It's something like that. I don't know. Maybe we'll find out. How to Train Your Dragon 2, we previously mentioned that. Shrek 5, we mentioned that. A live-action Miami Vice, unrelated to the Colin Farrell, Jamie Foxx installment. There's an untitled DreamWorks movie scheduled to come out next year that could be Kung Fu Panda 5, that could be Sing 3, or Sing is maybe not. I don't know. The Daniels, the writer-directors of Everything Everywhere All at Once, they supposedly have a movie coming out next year, though they may not have a star for that movie. We got a super chat coming in. Thank you so much, Geek Ledger. I wonder if we'll hear anything about the Murder, She Wrote reboot with Jamie Lee Curtis. A director announcement could be cool. I was just about to mention that. Your timing is perfect, Geek Ledger. Yeah, there is a Murder, She Wrote film already slated for December of next year from Universal, which is really fun. And then sometime beyond next year, presumably 2028 or beyond, Fast Forever, the next Fast and Furious movie.
And the final Fast and Furious movie.
We think.
So we've been told, yeah.
A Mummy movie, not to be confused with Lee Cronin's Mummy, which is coming out in like the next couple weeks. This is a Mummy movie starring Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz, I believe, based off that part.
And I believe bringing back a lot of the original cast.
Yes.
The guy who played her brother in the original movie. I think the guy who played like the, sort of like fake priest with all the different things might be back.
The guy with the face tattoos. And potentially this long-delayed Jordan Peele movie. It's been a minute since Nope. We want to see more Jordan Peele, please. So those are, and then whatever the next installment in the Jurassic franchise is going to be, and they probably have got 10 other surprise movies that we've never heard of.
Absolutely.
We can only hope. They got some cool stuff cooking for us. So, as we await, the panel is scheduled to start 4 p.m. Pacific, so it might be getting underway right now. We'll be refreshing here any news from Erik and the new Rockstars team in the room. And again, I've got a 12-pack of Bureaus under the table here.
You guys,
Okay.
we might be shotgunning Bureaus if we get up to 400 in super chats.
It's a little bit of a threat. It's a little bit of a promise, okay? Those Bureaus might get consumed.
Let's talk a little bit about what's going on tomorrow, because we will be back tomorrow. Brian, I don't know if you have the schedule graphic easy to pull up. But tomorrow's big panel is going to be Disney, we're going to be live at 2 p.m. Pacific time. We're expecting major doomsday news in addition to updates on Mando and Grogu, Ryan Gosling's Starfighter project, and more. We're going to be covering that live, so set up your notifications, set an alarm if you don't want to miss anything. We're going to be right here with the same sort of Erik on the ground.
I would say that one is going to be extra juicy. Not only because Bureaus are going to get consumed, but so after today's panel, but we will no longer be live. Later tonight, there's an MGM Amazon panel happening, and then early tomorrow, there's a Paramount panel happening. We're going to be recapping both of those in our live stream tomorrow during the Disney panel. We've got a super chat coming through.
Abby, I think you should read this one.
You guys are awesome. New Rockstars for life. P.S. Abby.
Hard eyes.
Thank
That boy
you.
Just. Or
And that's him
Is
drinking
his
breakfast.
It looks like his breakfast is liquor. Dat boy, you're not going to get enough protein that way. You're going to crash around noon. We got another super chat.
Unless it's Bureau.
Unless it's a Bureau. Yeah, Bureaus are loaded with protein.
okay, our friend Lo-Fi Girl Enthusiast coming through. Father-in-law has been shown. I assume. The just poster has been shown. Poster of Father-in-law. Okay, yeah, thank you. And I think there was a little a teaser clip I saw circulating online of Ariana Grande getting the lie detector put to her by Robert De Niro. I believe is she playing Ben Stiller's daughter?
No, I think
She's
the
marrying
in-law.
into
Yeah,
the
and
family.
she's dating Skylar
Gazondo.
Gazondo.
He's playing Ben Stiller's son.
Yes.
Got it. That makes sense.
So, the passing of the torch.
Yeah.
The in-law.
Ariana Grande dating kind of a short, quirky guy? Who'd believe that?
Who'd have thunk? Who'd have
It's
thunk?
unrealistic.
Unrealistic. Is Father-in-law a documentary? Okay, great. Thank you for everybody participating in the chat. Again, we're going to be here for a while, folks. Okay, we're going to be here till this panel concludes.
Silvergun RG just became a member. Thank you, Silvergun RG. Yeah, if you see some people in the chat whose names are green, they got the little Thanos glove next to their name. They get special emojis and stuff. They're members.
Speak of the devil, Arc Reactor 1 also just became a YouTube member. Thank you very much. You get the little, the Infinity Gauntlet next to your name. Digital Vortex asking, are tickets for CinemaCon still $5,000 each? Wouldn't know. We paid $1 million each. So that's a great question. And CinemaCon is not technically open to the public. This is an industry event. Erik, we've never been able to go before. Erik actually had to go through a kind of complicated process of getting approved as a member of the press. Mm-hmm. You have to be a member of an official press organization. And that's how we were able to get our tickets this year. So I don't know how public tickets are available.
Erik spotted this panel's first green shame laser and Zap a second green shame laser.
Whoa.
Which
I guess he must have a laptop open, and that is how he's avoiding getting any phone issues or something like that. As we were mentioning earlier, if you're just tuning in the room for these panels, they have special lasers designed where if they see somebody holding up their phone to record the screen, it zaps their phone and prevents them from recording it, which is wild.
Also, I'm seeing a tweet from Erik we missed. For anyone asking whether Disney will move the Avengers Doomsday release date up to December 11th, the release date is still December 18th on the poster displayed at CinemaCon. So, that's not the same as an official announcement, but certainly you'd think if there was anybody who they wanted to know when the movie was going to come out, it would be the people who own the theater chains that are going to be airing it. If it's saying December 18th on the poster at CinemaCon, I feel like that's kind of cut and dried. It's done.
Yes.
We got a super chat coming in here. Let's see, JBC 001 or OOL, $5 super chat. Thank you, JBC. Fingers crossed, they announced the Avatar Aang movie drops tomorrow on Paramount Plus.
I was seeing that it kind of leaked.
It did. Supposedly
really?
it leaked in its entirety.
Yeah.
Brian wouldn't know anything about that.
Yeah, I mean, there's some, I don't know how they got it, but the full movie was leaked multiple times on like Twitter, but like they're constantly trying to take it down. It does
Once it's
suck.
online, it's there though.
It does suck because it has, they kind of dropped the marketing of that movie, and then they're kind of, it's now unceremoniously leaked, which is sad. But well, hopefully there's something for it. I don't think it'll be on CinemaCon because I think they did take it off the theatrical release stuff.
Yeah, if it was going to
yeah.
be a streaming release, they won't talk about it here at CinemaCon.
Yeah,
but-
we should remind folks, especially if you didn't join us Monday or Tuesday for the live streams. So CinemaCon only focuses on theatrical releases.
Yes.
So there'll be no mention of any kind of streaming series, television, anything like that. And that's going to be interesting for later tonight's Amazon MGM panel.
Yeah.
Amazon owns MGM. They put some of their movies in theaters, but not all of them. They have things like the Highlander franchise. They're making all manner of Henry Cavill projects, I believe. So who knows what they might be talking about later tonight. And with the big question mark for that panel, do we get a James Bond casting?
Yeah. That's the big news from MGM, I think. That's what people really want to hear. We got Wiggy Stardust just became a member for 15 months. Thank you, Wiggy Stardust. Been here with us a while. We appreciate you. Yeah, I mean, the Amazon MGM thing is so weird because, with Spider Noir, I believe the plan is still, and they're changing this all the time, to drop it all on MGM Plus to try to get people to sign up for that and then release it on Amazon regular streaming.
Our good friend Christian Unpronounceable throwing out a super chat. Thank you. Over 1,000 viewers. Please like and subscribe. And again, if we hit a certain threshold of super chats, okay, I will chug a Biro live on stream.
We have the
Okay?
bureaus here in office.
Yeah.
I've got a 12er of 4 different flavors of Biro. Tom Holland personally canned these.
And not only will Zach chug them, but because they're under the table, they're not refrigerated.
That's right.
Someone did comment, please put them in the fridge.
Nope, they're slowly warming under the table. And so the faster we can hit that threshold,
Yeah.
the cooler they will be. And again, if we don't get it today, that's fine. I plan on chugging multiple ones tomorrow during the epic Disney panel. What is of the properties we're going to hear about today in this Universal panel? What are you most excited for?
I mean, I'm all in on Odyssey, which is like not a deep cut. That's not like the obscure auteur project that no one's heard of from Czechoslovakia this year or whatever. But Emily Wilson's translation of the Odyssey, it fucking rips. It's so fun. It's so good. The book is fun as hell. I want to see it in IMAX. I love Christopher Nolan. The cast is huge. Like that to me is the thing I'm most excited for. We got a super chat.
Keep thinking, Abby. I really want to hear a great answer from you, but we've got a couple super chats we've got to get to first. Porcelain Tank sending in a super chat. Thank you. Over under 20%. I'm adding in the 20%, though you did not state that. Amazon does something good for once and announces Riz Ahmed as Denis Villeneuve's Bond. I mean,
Love Riz Ahmed.
Love Riz Ahmed. He's going to be in Digger. We found out yesterday, the Tom Cruise movie. Bold move. That would be bold. Is he British? I know he has an accent.
I don't know.
He might be British.
I've been in love with him since Four Lions. He's so goddamn
say
good to me.
He's British.
Okay, there we go. British confirmed. It would make
British
sense. And then we have another
Pakistan.
super chat, right, Brian? From our good friend Sarah Hatchadorian. Okay, this is great. I want to hear answers here, though Abby still has to tell us what movie she's most looking forward to. Apparently, there's a piano and microphone covered up on stage. Any crazy takes on who could guest perform? Well, we know Ariana Grande is in a Universal movie this year. Could she do a little song?
An original Fokker-in-Law
Yeah,
soundtrack song?
Fresh
I mean,
Fokker
she's
theme.
not known to be a piano player, but I guess she could have an accompanist.
Yeah.
Also, or is
Lady
this
Gaga-
something for Sing 3?
Sing 3? That's a
Oh.
great... And star of Sing 3, Scarlett Johansson's making multiple Universal franchise films. We've got an update here. Let's go to that update.
Snoop Dogg. is on
Snoop
stage.
Dogg is on stage. Okay, maybe I guess it's for him.
All right.
So there is a long rumored Snoop Dogg movie, like produced by Snoop Dogg at Universal. We don't know any other details about it. Maybe he's
Okay.
there to talk about that. We've got a super chat coming through. Friend Marvel Pirate. Sorry,
he's
I'm
back.
late. What is the bureau threshold? I said $400 in total super chats.
I'm trying to figure out where we are currently.
I'm not sure how we'll be able to calculate that in real time. We used to have a method back in Break Room Season 1, and the technology has been lost. But we'll figure it out. We'll know. And you could just throw out 300
Yeah, if
80
you
bucks
want to
right
make
now,
sure
and we
that
get
he
there.
does it, just do $3.99.
The piano and microphone is very interesting. There's no Lady Gaga movies coming out this year, as far as I know.
Could it be someone random, but like an Odyssey original song?
Yeah. Isn't Travis Scott in the Odyssey?
He is.
Maybe he comes out and tinkles the
Yeah.
ivories a little bit.
Not known for his piano work necessarily, but he's a talented man. And it could just be, maybe it's a bit, I will say, with potential for Kung Fu Panda 5 and currently starring in Mario Galaxy, we get a little Jack Black serenade.
Snoop Dogg, backed by DJ Green Lantern, rapping "Drop It Like It's Hot." The crowd is on their feet.
I want footage of Erik dancing to
Yes.
Drop It Like It's Hot.
Yes.
If you get an attitude, I really like that. Why? Why is he doing this? Other than like just to start the show off with some hype, which I don't mind. This is a show. You're trying to wow these people and put on some like spectacle.
He did voice Cousin It in the recent Addams Family animated films. Snoop Dogg was Cousin It, and I believe Cousin It raps at the end of the second one.
I mean,
I watched both of those in theaters because I am a true cinephile.
Or a father.
Yeah, or a father. One or the other. Could be
You're
both.
trying
Could be
to
both.
keep theaters alive.
Yeah,
Berg's on a one-man mission. Wow. I mean, again, it's not a bad idea. Give him a good show. We got a new super chat coming through, I believe. Wiley OFC could be that Adele movie. There has been a rumored Adele movie for a minute. Also excited for the country movie, country singing Glenn Powell movie. So yeah, Glenn Powell has a movie coming out later this year. I think produced by Judd Apatow.
Yeah.
About a washed-up country singer. The irony of Glenn Powell playing a washed-up country singer. What's Glenn Powell? 36? I don't know. Weird to be washed up already. But
you can wash up as a state of mind. That can happen to people at 14. You know, if you set your mind on being washed up, you can make it happen.
That's true. That's true. That could be interesting. He could do some on-stage work there. We got another super chat from Mad Matt 904. Duval over under 20%. Christopher Nolan's The Iliad. Dog.
Dude, I'll say this. I think if the Odyssey is big enough, there is a chance they make it. But the Iliad, the book of the Iliad sucks. The Odyssey rules. The Iliad is paragraph after paragraph of like, this guy was this guy's kid, who was this guy's kid, who was this guy's kid, he dies. Then this guy was this guy's kid, who was this guy's kid, he dies. It's all lineages and death, which is the point. War is just constant death.
But our man Chris Nolan is not too beholden to following the
He's
text.
not. He could make it like Dunkirk. Also like I think I'm blanking on the name of the woman who wrote Circe and Song of Achilles, but like Song of Achilles is a much better version of the Iliad than the Iliad is. So like there is a good story.
But also, I gotta say, as much as I love where your head's at, Mad Matt, under 20%, because Chris Nolan ain't doing two things back to back. After he did 3 Batman movies, he's like,
he's done.
No more of this, dog. I have the blankest check in Hollywood. You think I'm gonna spend like 5 years of my life doing just one thing? He's like, he'll be off doing, he'll do sci-fi or he'll do something totally unrelated to the Odyssey next. Shout out to User Rewind Releases, becoming a rock star, becoming a YouTube member.
We've got
Appreciate
I think
you.
we
a
got
new
enough.
chat here from Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg announced a biopic he's producing with Universal and Brian Grazer. In the style of Straight Outta Compton, Jonathan Davis will play a younger version of the music legend.
Ooh.
A young Snoop Dogg.
Young Snoop.
I like the young. I mean, the first Snoop Dogg, like age 17 to 25, is a wild ride.
For people who only know modern day Snoop Dogg, it is hard to connect
as
the
like
dots.
the guy who's in like granola commercials and like shows up at every public event somehow. He's like, it's him, Shaquille O'Neal, and Peyton Manning are in every commercial. No, but like his run, he was incredibly young when like The Chronic and Doggy Style came out. Plucked from obscurity by Dr. Dre, was on trial for murder almost immediately. Got off of that. Murder was the case. I mean, and again, a 5 or 6 year run that will make for a very good movie if that's kind of what they're focusing on.
We've got a super chat flag up from Brian. Nick Howie, 2275, sending in $5 New Zealand dollars, saying the Lord of the Rings films will be filmed in New Zealand, by the way. And it would be a betrayal if they weren't,
This
right?
kind of came up yesterday as the Hunt for Gollum cast got announced. We kind of asked that. Nick Howie, as you could tell by the little NZ next to the denomination there, my man the call is coming from inside the New Zealand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's looking out his window and he's seeing the production vans line up.
Yes.
He knows. He knows from whence he speaks. Are you on the North Island or the South Island, Nick Howie? That's all right. You don't need a super chat to answer that. Okay.
So, it happened in Fauntleroy.
Nick Howie, and for everybody else watching. So I have a cousin who married a man from New Zealand. Very, very nice guy. He designs sailboats for a living. And anytime I see him, he lives in the U.S. now with my cousin and their family. He's like a one-man tourism board for New Zealand. He's not only is he like trying to always get me to go to New Zealand, which I mean, don't gotta twist my arm. I would love to go, but he's like, and here's your 7-day itinerary. You start here and then you go here and you do that. I think all Kiwis are so proud of their country that they can't wait to share it with people. Any other thoughts in the chat? A Snoop Dogg biopic? Did you say biopic or you said biopic?
I say biopic.
I used to say biopic because it's spelled the same as biopsy, and then people made fun of me, so now I try to say biopic, but biopic is what I still
And do we assume they get kind of an unknown that happens to be 6'5" and really thin to play Snoop Dogg, or is there a working actor?
Jonathan Davis from Outer Banks.
Oh, he's already been cast. I misinterpreted. I thought that was a director attached. Okay, Jonathan Davis. I assume he's also the lead singer of Korn, right?
Yeah,
same Jonathan Davis? Okay. That's a joke, folks, for the elder millennials.
Got another super chat coming in here.
With 2 S's.
Geek Ledger asking $5 super chat. Thank you, Geek Ledger. You're making those bureaus. We're getting closer to bureau with every super chat of yours. What franchise movie announcement would you personally love to see? Maybe a dormant franchise or potentially a reboot/remake or whatever.
I would love some confirmation that Fast Forever is happening.
Yeah.
Just because it seems like the only person who cares is Vin Diesel.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like literally, he seems like he's on the streets begging to make it happen. But I'd also love a Universal Monsters.
I was just gonna say they went so hard and flamed out so fast at the Dark Universe with Tom Cruise's Mummy movie a couple years back.
It's just the cast of the Dark Universe.
It flamed out so fast, but like I would love to see, if not like a straight up like, give me a Frankenstein movie, give me a Bride of Frankenstein, something like that. That is like, I liked Guillermo del Toro's like kind of like artsier take on it, but I do kind of love just the general Universal monster movies. Give me Abbott Costello.
It's also tough because they're all in the public domain now, so you're getting stuff like Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein movie on Netflix. Universal doesn't necessarily have the unlimited rights. That is a little complicated, but I hear you. I would like that too. Just a quick addendum to Eric's Snoop Dogg movie. The film will begin production this summer in Los Angeles with a 2027 release date. We're turning that baby around fast.
That's fast.
Do we have? Is there another tweet or we have a super chat?
Oh, here we go. Another tweet. Donna Langley news.
Okay, here I can read this one. Chairperson of Universal Studios, Donna Langley, takes the stage for Universal Showcase at CinemaCon. Weirdly, she's doing Past the Cavassier. No, I'm kidding. Okay. I was trying to think of another rap song from that era. Langley recently committed to 45-day theatrical windows for Universal Films, earning praise from film exhibitors who are hoping all studios commit to windows closer to the 60-day range that Disney movies typically have. Universal's commitment isn't too surprising given their courting of Christopher Nolan, DGA president, and one of the industry's strongest advocates for theatrical distribution. So, obviously, pandemic screwed up a lot of stuff. A lot of movies got dropped directly on streaming. But even since then, Universal, among all the studios, has been pioneering this flexible window where, like, sometimes as quickly as 17 days after a theatrical release, a movie will be available for paid video on demand. Doesn't mean it's already on Peacock or Netflix or whatever, but you can buy it at home. So they are saying they are going to stretch that out to 45 days before you can purchase a movie at home, hopefully get more people in theaters. We've got a super chat coming through. Angel Janorio, Bon Jovi, maybe. Universal will do a movie about him. I guess this is piano speculation.
Or we're hoping for another biopic. You vote in the chat.
Throw in the chat.
I'm gonna start a poll here. I'm gonna start a poll.
How about we just call it person pick, and then we don't have to worry about pronunciation.
Does he get his son Jake Bon Jovi to play him?
Does he date somebody famous?
He's married to Millie Bobby Brown.
Oh, that's right.
They have a baby.
Okay, I've started a poll. It is up to you to determine which one you vote for.
Is it obvious?
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, as is the pronunciation of biopic. So we'll see. We got a lot of people voting for biopic, but also a lot of other people voting for biopic. So we'll see how it goes.
We've got another super chat coming through as we wait for the results of that very important poll. Rohan Chikadi, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Rohan. Do you think we'll get another Andrew Garfield in the werewolf suit type of situation for the Marvel panel? And if so, what do you think it'll be?
Like, do you think we'll have like a big hidden cameo reveal kind of
or
a thing?
Even RDJ coming out in the Doom mask?
Yeah.
I think that would be cool. They like an onstage spectacle.
Will they do it here instead of at Comic-Con or D23 though? You know, like if they're gonna do a big event like that, are they gonna do it here where there's like less cameras? Or are they gonna save it for somewhere where there's a little bit more publicity on it? You know, this is ultimately less of a fan convention and more of an industry convention.
Yeah. It's like at a college football or basketball game. You get the alumni side and the student side. And you always get a bigger reaction out of the student side. That's more like your Comic-Con, your public event, as opposed to this industry event. And what is he referring to, Andrew Garfield in the werewolf suit? Is that something I'm not remembering? Did he show up at a thing?
Did he, like, come out and then, like...
Was there a reveal? I'm taking it as fact that it's true, but I do not remember that. We also got some more super chats. Thank you, everybody, for participating here. Blue Flame Studios 199. Believe it or not, I am related to Nick. He is my twin brother. I mean, I do believe it because you're also in New Zealand. So Blue Flame and Nick are two New Zealanders. You do not have that big of a country. We have a very representative slice of the population of New Zealand watching the live stream. More power to both of you. Another super chat coming through. From, is it? Oh, we got a tweet. Never mind. We're going to do.
Oh, it's a tweet.
Get to this update. Christopher Nolan on stage. Okay, folks, we're talking Odyssey.
We're getting Odyssey very soon.
We're
going to see if we can get news before Erik self-combusts with excitement from seeing Christopher Nolan. He's breathing the same air.
Over under 20%. Christopher Nolan sees Erik in the audience, 30 rows back, and is like, Erik Voss!
My man! I mean, apparently Favreau did that to him the other night. So.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, that's a story for another day.
Yeah.
Okay, we got some more super chats we want to get to while we wait this Odyssey news.
Did you see that BD gave new Rockstar a plug on his interview with Wilson Bethel?
So that's Brandon
Bullseye.
Davis with the actor playing Bullseye. I did not see that, but shout out to Brandon Davis, a good friend of the channel.
Yeah.
We see him a lot. He's our bud. We appreciate him, and thank you, Marvel Pirate, for pointing that out for everybody. Yeah, go support Brandon Davis and all the good work he's doing out there too. More super chats. Justin Bishop, biopic like biography. That's what we're saying.
Maybe he's saying biography.
No, I'm biopic. I'm team biopic.
I think I'm biopic, but it's been
Biopic.
It's like Caribbean and Caribbean. Like I say the Latin or Zendaya. I know one of them is wrong, but all I know is I have the wrong one in my head.
I keep mispronouncing Margot Robbie, Margot Robbie. I mean, that's not even a hard name to pronounce, and I still screw it up. Okay, we got more super chats. Thank you, Justin Bishop, for your
super chats
contribution.
Fast and Furious.
Ryan Snowden. Hope we get the sequel to Kung Pao, Enter the Fist. You know what, Ryan Snowden? You might be the only one.
Which one was Kung Pao, the like cartoony kung fu movie, or am I thinking of something else?
Is that
Wouldn't
a fake
know.
movie?
There was a movie called Shaolin Soccer.
It is real.
And then there was like a
Yes,
sequel to
I think
it.
it is, where it was like a mix of like
Steve
dubbed.
Oedeker.
No, I'm thinking of
Otis?
something else.
Otis?
I'm thinking of
Yes.
something else.
Interesting. I love that's your poll. We got some more super chats coming in. Fast and Furious. Speaking of Fast and Furious, lo-fi girl lore enthusiast. Really weird poll, but I want to see a sequel for Bruce Almighty and Evan Almighty. Please announce it. Maybe something with Moses' story.
I
like
would
that.
love that. I love Evan Almighty.
And you know what? Like we were just talking in the office earlier about like comedy has been struggling. They don't make a lot of theatrical comedies anymore. You need like some kind of like extra thing on top of it, a little sci-fi twist, a fantasy twist. Feels like that Evan Almighty, Bruce Almighty, that could be the right thing to get a big movie in theaters that is a comedy. I like that idea, Lo-Fi Girl. We got an update.
Uh-oh.
Okay, we're seeing a montage of iconic shots from every single one of Christopher Nolan's films, including the Warner Brothers ones, set to Ludwig Göransson's score from Oppenheimer that transitions to Zimmer's time theme from Inception. According to most of the people in this room, every single one of Nolan's shots are iconic, and just watching any series of his shots in any order is gonna get us pumped. Hell yeah. I mean, so the kind of the irony of this, Nolan is a Universal boy now, starting with
Yes.
Oppenheimer, but he had made most of the movies in his career with Warner Brothers.
He was a
including
Warner Brothers dude
the
for a long
Batman
time.
movies, Inception, Interstellar, those were all Warner Brothers. They pissed him off during the pandemic with how they dumped a lot of movies on HBO Max and what they did to Denis Villeneuve for Dune 1. So he hightailed it over across town to Universal, where he's been making movies ever since. And now he's kind of king of Hollywood.
Okay, we've got another tweet. Standing ovation for Christopher Nolan at Comic-Con. Not a surprise. Another super chat. Thank you, Brian.
CinemaCon.
What did I say? Comic-Con?
CinemaCon.
CinemaCon?
It's
what
Comic-Con
day is
for
it?
us. Yes.
Sarah Hatchadorian, $5 super chat, over under 20%. The reason Nolan sees E.A. Voss in the crowd is because he's hysterically sobbing with excitement at being in the same room as Nolan. Absolutely possible. I think over 20%.
Yeah, he notices because Eric's on a gurney getting wheeled out of the room.
Yeah. He's
because
getting
he went-
oxygen. Green
he
lasers
started-
dotting his forehead.
Over under 20%. That's an over. We got another super chat coming through. Lost Chief. Kung Pao is like a worse version of Kung Fu Hustle, which is the film you were thinking of, Berg.
Yeah,
Yes.
Kung Fu Hustle and Shaolin Soccer are both great,
great.
fucking movies.
Those are really fun.
Yes, they're so fun. They're so fun and
kinda
so
cartoony.
funny.
It's that genre taken to the like extreme.
Yes, it's just like what if Jackie Chan had a baby with Looney Tunes? Like it's really great.
Let's talk a little bit Odyssey here, which is a movie. Sorry, we never even. Did you get to say what Universal movie you're most
No.
excited for? Sorry,
so
Abby,
sorry,
please.
No, and I'm excited for Shrek 5.
Okay, but that's not coming out this year. But you
No,
are.
okay, this year I'm excited for the Odyssey,
Yeah.
which is basic.
Do you
but
think Shrek will show up in the Odyssey? And if so, who will he play?
Telemachus. He'll play the Trojan horse.
Yeah.
Just real quick, we're living in good times, okay? Just take in for a second the cast of the Odyssey. You probably know this, but just the volume of movie stardom that is in this movie. Matt Damon, obviously playing Odysseus. Tom Holland, Telemachus, playing his son. Robert Pattinson, Anne Hathaway, Lupita Nyong'o, Zendaya, John Bernthal, Charlize Theron, Benny Safdie, he's the guy in the crazy headgear, John Leguizamo, Corey Hawkins, Elliot Page, Mia Goth. The list keeps going. And then like a lot of character actors you'd recognize. Like to such an extent that in the trailers we've gotten so far, we haven't even seen half these people yet.
Oh, no.
Because you can't get them all in frame. Oh, Travis Scott, that's
Yeah.
another name.
Yeah.
Like it's nuts.
I think he's playing Homer. That's my guess. My guess is that he's playing Homer.
Hell yeah, we got a super chat coming through. Maffy P saying, I will on the spot self-combust if the Naked Gun 2 with Liam Neeson is announced at Paramount tomorrow. I mean,
The first one was so good. It was so good.
there was a lot of like speculation in the trades. That movie, a comedy, which there's not many in theaters anymore. It did okay, but a lot of people were saying like, did it do good enough that it needed to do? We don't know. I too hope. I loved that movie. That was so funny. Kirk H3213 just became a YouTube member. Thank you. Welcome. I going back to the cast of the Odyssey. I just love that we live in a time in which like Denis Villeneuve is like, I would like all the movie stars. Christopher Nolan's like, I too would like all the movie stars in my movies. Even like you watch the weird little Wes Anderson movies he's been putting out for the last 5 or 6 years. He also has all the movie stars in his weird little quirky comedies. Like I like when we get just a lot of people talk about like what makes something feel theatrical. Getting all the movie stars in your movie certainly helps. We got an update from The Room, from Erik Voss. Our update is Nolan on the Odyssey. We have a big one this time. Yeah, baby.
All right.
Just this time? Question mark. Read on. Nolan continues that the Odyssey is a story that has entertained audiences for 3,000 years and how he has dreamed to tell an epic legend on large-scale film. Starting with The Dark Knight, he's been trying to film larger and larger portions of his movies on IMAX. For the first time with the Odyssey, 100% of the film will be shot on IMAX. That said, he's also editing it in other formats and promised the Odyssey will play on all screens and still be the largest and sharpest film in their theaters.
Okay, we've got another tweet following this up right away. Let's see here. Christopher Nolan on the Odyssey's huge cast. It'll be faster to tell you who's not in the film.
My man. Me. That's who's not.
Yes. Well, this is great. I mean, I do, you know, I was I think a senior in high school when Gladiator came out, maybe a junior, and like that and Braveheart really kind of set the tone for me for what big epic movies should feel like.
Yes.
And this feels very much like a return to that form. We've got a super chat coming in. Rainbow Dam with a $5 super chat. My pitch to DreamWorks: live action Road to El Dorado with Oscar Isaac and Pedro Pascal.
Love that.
Yes, that'd be great.
Yeah. Maybe not at the top of their live action remake list, but you know what? That could mean it's a bolder swing. Yeah, back to your point on like Gladiator. You know, as big a hit as that was, and as important as sword and sandal epics are to like Hollywood history, we don't get many of them.
No.
Like in our movie going lifetime, there's been Troy, there's been Gladiator 1 and Gladiator 2.
Politics.
Yes. And then not a ton else. You know, I guess, you know, there was like, there've been a couple Crusades movies, and obviously that's a very different era, but kind of can have similar vibes. I'm excited for, and this is even, I mean, technically the Odyssey is set way before the era of Gladiator, too.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, I just read a book on the history of Rome, and like, you know, the early Italian history is so much looking back specifically to the battle at Troy, and all the early emperors of Rome claim to be able to trace their lineages to Aeneas and all this stuff. A lot of places in Rome were originally Greek settlements, especially on Sicily and in that area. So it's something that'll be interesting to see. Okay, we got a tweet update.
Ooh, footage of the Odyssey is playing at CinemaCon.
All right.
We're seeing oh wait, no, that's an old tweet. Okay, so we're gonna get updates. Erik is furiously transcribing everything he's seeing, and so as soon as he's able to hit send, we will be able to recap the footage that we are seeing. But
will there be a wine dark sea? Will we see rosy fingered dawn?
Another tweet we missed here. While praising Matt Damon as a creative partner, Christopher Nolan calls the Odyssey a nightmare to film, shooting on a variety of natural settings and weather conditions with the difficult to manage, very heavy IMAX camera and reels. Yeah, so you might be asking, hey, I've seen a lot of movies in IMAX. What does he mean shot 100% in IMAX? So IMAX cameras are famously humongous. They're way bigger, and importantly, they are way louder than regular cameras. They make so much noise while they're recording that it kind of ruins your ability to record sound. But because Nolan's been working with IMAX so much for such a long time, and he's such an important filmmaker, they've developed like all these mufflers and like new versions of IMAX cameras that are quieter than old ones so that you can still capture sound better, supposedly. It's still a much harder process than using regular cameras. We've got a super chat coming through. Anthony Stafford saying live action Megamind. Now that I think is probably going to happen. You might be spot on there, Anthony Stafford.
Also, I want to give for all the super chatters a bureau update. We have NR editor Joshua Hurd trolling through the back end of YouTube, figuring out where we are at cumulatively. Reminder: if we get up to 400, Zach will. I can't remember if it's shotgun or drink a bureau on camera. Shotgun if we get to 400. We are currently at $123.40. So we are a quarter of the way to getting Zach to pound a hazy IPA or something.
This one's a Kingston Golden Pills.
Non-alcoholic.
But again, Tom Holland himself cans each one of these. I've been told. Okay.
Also, while we're waiting for Odyssey footage, hey, you want to get a t-shirt? You want to support the channel? Why don't you head to nerdriot.shop. We got all sorts of designs at nerdriot.shop. We got this one for Spider-Man Brand New Day, playing off that famous meme. Zach's wearing break room merch.
And I was wearing this shirt in yesterday's stream, but speaking of IMAX and formats and stuff like that, we have a cool new aspect ratio shirt that shows all the different formats compared to each other, the different film formats. You can find that at nerdriot.shop.
Yes, so if you want to support the channel a little extra, go to nerdriot.shop. Also, while we're stalling, waiting for this Odyssey footage, if you're in the LA area, you want to see us do a live reading of Morbius at UCB Theater on Friday night, April 17th at 7 p.m. There's a link in the description. You can click and buy tickets if you're not in the LA area. Don't worry, we got you covered. There's live stream tickets there too, so you can watch it from the comfort of wherever you are. We have a $2 super chat here from Marvel Pirate asking how much to get everyone to shotgun a bureau. I have said if we make it to shotgun point, I will shotgun one with Zach, even though I can't burp, and it's going to be a nightmare for me.
We could watch a man die on stream.
It might happen. Yeah, I'm gonna shotgun a beer, then quickly change altitude.
I have a higher price point.
Yeah.
Okay, say it.
I don't know.
Yeah, name your price. Everyone's got a price.
800?
Yeah.
Okay,
800
and Abby will shotgun one as
shotgun
well.
a beer
I'm cheap, okay? My shame is bargain basement. Okay, we are patiently waiting for it. Must be a lot of footage that they're showing.
I think so. I mean, this is how it was yesterday when the Dune Part 3 footage came in. They showed 7 minutes to everybody who was at yesterday's WB panel. We knew they were showing it and then had to wait for Erik. And kudos to Erik, he's doing this very quickly. We had to wait for Erik to transcribe it all before we could get that, a secondhand whiff of Dune Part 3 all the way here from LA.
We should also say, while we wait, Discussing Film is reporting Charlize Theron is playing Calypso in the Odyssey. I don't think we'd gotten confirmed roles. We knew these actors were in the movie, but not all of their roles have been confirmed, so that's great.
Was that one of the ones that people were thinking maybe Zendaya would be?
Yes.
I think Zendaya I thought she was confirmed as Athena. Did I make that up?
No, I've heard both. Okay. IMDb currently listing Athena, but I don't know. IMDb is not always the most accurate.
Yeah.
Again, this movie will be coming out July of this year, same month as Spider-Man Brand New Day. It's a big month for the Zendaya Holland household. Big month for them.
2 weeks.
Big 2 weeks.
Like when the two of them aren't on publicity tours, they just have a Saturday. You think they're sitting around doing the Sudoku or what?
Just gave $100.
Yeah, Kirk 3213 with $100 super chat saying Bureau shotgun.
For those about to shotgun, we salute you. Kirk 3213.
Oh, you're foaming up, my man.
Oh.
We're getting a Bureau chug.
Zoom in.
We're getting a Bureau chug from Zach. This is Bureau. This is Tom Holland's non-alcoholic beer product.
Woo!
We are not being paid to do this.
Yeah, and I should say I am not, nor have I ever been, a skilled chugger. So you'll have to be. I mean, this chug will be a trickle.
Amazing. Kirk 3213 getting us halfway to Bureau shotgun.
Bless you.
Hang on, let me see if I can get.
We've got something coming in.
Anyone want to match
I
that?
just wanted to let you guys know, since I don't know if you guys see it. I put a little graphic in the bottom now. So there's a goal to 400 for the Bureau chug.
Oh, beautiful. Okay, thank you, Brian, for that graphic.
We're at 57% of the way there.
And again, they're not a sponsor. I paid out of pocket for these bureaus.
They're also not refrigerated.
This one has maintained enough of its chill, but I gotta say, pretty tasty. Kudos to you, Tom Holland.
I just want to shout out Nerd Girl Jean, who said it's a zaddy chug.
Zaddy chug.
Okay, I'm most of the way through. I know I'm probably getting roasted in the comments for not being able to chug.
Honestly,
very well.
everybody's. We got
They're
Meg
happy
Maddie's,
for you.
Zach channeling his inner Florida Gator frat boy.
Yeah, dog.
Chug, chug, chug.
You can't see, but I'm wearing jeans shorts and slides underneath the table to really embrace that. Duval.
Okay, great. We have just a straight up question, but I happened to catch it. It's video game related, so I'm responding to it from Absolute Super Cinema. Do you guys expect a Donkey Kong movie? I certainly do. I think that Illumination and Universal are going to milk their corner of the Nintendo shared cinematic universe for everything it's worth. I think we're going to get solo movies from Donkey Kong. They can't do Zelda because of Sony, I don't think, unless Sony carved out live action versus animation rights. I think we'll get a solo Star Fox movie. I wouldn't be surprised if we got a solo Peach movie. You know, like I think the Toads will become their own Minions franchise.
Yes,
like,
I think for our lifetime, much like in the Minions verse, every 2 years we will be seeing some kind of Mario movie.
Yes, absolutely.
I did finish the beer. Thank you, everybody. This was again the Kingston Golden Pills. Tasty.
I guess if you're going to be chugging one, you want a Golden Pills and not like a porter or a
Yes,
you know.
richer. Though I will say, people were mentioning it's still pretty cold. I actually think it would have been easier to chug if it were closer to room temp.
You think so?
Cold, you get a little bit of a brain freeze kind of a nature. I don't know. We'll find out when I chug another one 40 minutes from now that is much warmer. We'll see.
Thank you, Kirk.
Thank you, Kurt.
Thank you, Kirk.
Yeah, we'll have to call an Uber for me. It does have 0.5% alcohol.
Yeah.
So if I drink 8 of these, that is like consuming
like
one
having
beer.
one beer,
That's right.
yeah.
I thought the whole thing was that it's non-alcoholic.
All non-alcohol. They make regular beer and then they boil off the alcohol. So there's always a tiny bit
It's like
left.
it's the same amount of alcohol in kombucha.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's why you still have to be 21 to buy it.
Oh, really? They carded you?
No, they did not card me.
I got carded recently and I laughed out loud. I was like, ha, okay, yeah, sure, here you go.
But I only didn't get carded because me and the lady at Ralph's, you know.
Yeah.
She knows what's up. She watches the channel.
Yeah.
Star Fox next up, Pixie Cherub is saying, based on that, I've heard enough stories of the reaction his reveal gets in the theater.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's great. Also, like Star Fox is one of those franchises where the OG games, I would argue Star Fox 64 is better than the SNES Star Fox. Whoa, chat coming in from Sarah Hatchadorian. New Rockstars, the footage shown was the Trojan horse sequence. Famously a sequence written 3,000 years ago of a horse practicing safe sex. It is one of the most moving sequences in all literature.
And by moving, you mean...
Yes, in every sense of the word.
We just got demonetized because I did this. Well, and we've seen some parts of the Trojan
saw a
horse
little bit
sequence
of it
in the trailer,
the
when
trailer.
they're like covering the guy's mouth or whatever from inside. That's gonna be a sick sequence. What are your thoughts, beliefs, whatever, on some of the creative license Nolan is taking as far as like historical inaccuracies and blah blah blah? Don't care at all?
I don't care at all.
Yeah.
I don't care. I watch Bridgerton. I feel like that's same amount of accuracy.
And maybe if it were a filmmaker we didn't trust as much and didn't have the track record of Christopher Nolan, you might be like, what are you doing?
I got like 2 thoughts on it. One is, the Odyssey itself was not really written by one person. Homer was probably the most famous performer of it, but it was written over the course of several hundred years. And also, we think of historical accuracies now through our modern lens. Uh-oh, what happened? We're losing our
He
Barrows.
broke the Barrow box.
Oh, God.
Everything's fine, guys. I was just trying to pull out another one. The 12-pack did burst open, so the amount of foam that emits from this one...
Twice as much. But yeah, the amount of change between, 3000 BCE and 2000 BCE is really not anywhere near the same as the change between,
1950 and now.
It's not even close. So I think Christopher Nolan's a great storyteller. I'm perfectly happy with him making whatever changes he needs for the sake of the film. Yeah.
If he's giving him different armor because he thinks it looks sick as hell... Yeah,
go for it.
You know?
I got no problem with that.
I don't know. I think who else is making any movies about that time period?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
To
when
that level.
I watch movies they shot then,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that was a good joke.
well,
I couldn't riff on it.
so good it needed to die. Yeah, thank you again, everybody. If you're just tuning in, we're watching or we are reacting live to the Universal Studio CinemaCon panel. They are in Las Vegas. Our very own Erik Voss and Jessica Clemons are in the room watching Christopher Nolan on stage right now. He is showing some clips from the Odyssey. Erik Voss is transcribing it furiously. We are going to read his transcription as soon as that comes in. Also, people have been commenting when you watch, both watching live and maybe watching the VOD, they kind of tune into the channel. They see that there's a 2-hour, 3-hour, 4-hour long stream. They're like, is there a shorter summary? No. But Erik Voss will be making kind of breakout videos on like really noteworthy stuff. Like he did one for the Spider-Man Brand New Day element of the Sony panel, just released a few hours ago on the new Rockstars channel. He also recapped the footage that was shown from Beyond the Spider-Verse in the Sony panel. If there's something that like we are able to put out a video on and Erik thinks it's noteworthy enough, we'll do the same for something that comes up in this panel and certainly for tomorrow's Disney panel. We've got an update here. Let's go to the update.
Super chat update, it looks like, or is this a new tweet?
We've got a tweet here. Okay, so I'll read it here.
Oh, wow, big one.
From
Here we
Erik. Okay, yeah. Oh, boy, he recapped it all. The Odyssey footage recap from CinemaCon. Odysseus, Matt Damon, washes up on the island of Calypso, Charlize Theron, in the debris of his broken ship. He says he has no memory of anything before Troy. Do I have a son? How old is he now? We cut to the feast of Menelaus. Menelaus, thank you very much. John Barenthal. Helen seated beside him as he calls Odysseus' son Telemachus. Telemachus, thank you. Maybe you should be reading this one, Berg. I'm going to continue to butcher these. But Tom Holland to come sit beside him. Do you know the story of the horse? He asked the young man. Yes, Menelaus asks. But do you know it from the inside? Then we cut to the Trojan Horse preview footage shown in front of screenings of one battle after another. This Dolby screen is not IMAX. Shame, 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 CinemaCon. But it still looks incredible. Lots of cool forced perspective and miniatures used to make the horse look huge. And the Trojan slaves hauling it up the sand look massive and real. There's the great shot we saw in other footage of the Trojans stabbing their sword through the wood and one soldier getting stabbed in the shoulder while the other Greeks stifle his yelp. I only now notice that one of the Greeks quickly wipes blood off the sword so that the Trojan up top won't see the blood.
Very cool, very cool.
Odysseus and Menelaus lead the other Greeks out of the horse and sneak around Troy, killing guards and rushing to get the gates open while they duel in a volley with Trojan archers. Eventually, they get the gates open and a heavily armored Agamemnon marches in, leading hundreds more Greeks to sack the city. The editing and action are tense, zero dark 30 in sandals. Put that on the poster.
Yes,
Erik Voss, zero dark 30 in sandals. We cut back to Menelaus with Telemachus. You know the rest. Then a crazy montage of 2 frame at a time insane moments from the film. This movie's gonna be wild.
I'm stoked, man. I grew up, my mom was a classics scholar. I grew up with this crap. I'm fucking stoked for this movie. Hell yeah.
Even that description sounds so cool.
We've got another tweet alert coming in from Brian. Erik saying, sorry, I was gushing over the Odyssey footage, so I'm a bit behind. Bowser voice actor Jack Black is on stage to talk about Super Mario Galaxy. He introduces the head of Illumination, Chris Meledandri, who praises Jack Black for carrying audiences to these Mario movies, calling him a true movie star.
That's right. I mean, big year for Jack Black, who's going to be in both Jumanji 4 and is already in Super Mario Galaxy.
Also, was Anaconda this year?
Anaconda was last year.
End of last year, okay.
Yes. We've got a super chat coming through. Also, we want to shout out, James Anthony, love you guys. Now drink those beers. Beeros. My friend.
Beeros.
Rhymes with Nero. Also, we've been talking about beer. We talked about beers all day yesterday. I've been talking about beers in the office. Abby got a little confused. She thought that was just my fun little pet name for actual beers.
I thought it was like a Cutwater or something. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, maybe it's like a beer. Like, I don't know if I don't know beer that well, so I was like, oh, but I do know Tom Holland. I think I even follow Bureau on Instagram, or at least follow Tom Holland. So I knew that when you brought him in.
When you follow Bureau on Instagram, is there like a can doing like a get ready with me?
No, it's like Tom Holland, and he's like at a brewery, and he's like, guys, this like I can't do the Tom Holland voice, but he's like, it doesn't even taste like alcohol, like but it's good, and so.
Throw in the chat. Does anybody out there consume NAs, non-alcoholic beverages? I don't mind them. They've come a long way from the days of O'Doul's when they all tasted awful.
I will say my girlfriend doesn't drink, and so there's a lot of non-alcoholic beverages in our house. You can get really good. Athletic Brewing Company has a really good golden. I'm not like an IPA guy. There's a lot of NA IPAs.
Yes.
Non-alcoholic Guinness, surprisingly
yes, I
good.
saw that in the store when I went to get the Bureaus.
Surprisingly
Heineken, Michelob, they all make their own.
Yeah.
We've got another super chat coming through. Throw in the chat. Joseph Bartholomew, tip to replace the dropped Bureau. Luckily, the one I dropped was empty, my friend. This is the one I chugged, but also appreciate the tip. And guys, that one was a Pils, which, in the style of a Budweiser or whatever. This one, though, a hazy IPA. And I got to say, I drink actual beers when I'm not at work. And this is my go-to varietal. Anybody out there like a hazy IPA? Oh, daddy. Those are good stuff. So I'm excited to try this one. I haven't tried that before. Okay, so again, Erik Voss, Jessica Clemons are in the room for the Universal panel at CinemaCon. We're going to be reporting everything they see.
Okay, great. We got another super chat, Brian, from Sahib Singh, 9897, $2 super chat. Anyone watch that Avatar movie? I have not yet. I learned about it on this stream earlier today.
We would be breaking the law if we watched that movie. Yeah. Because it has been, I assume you're referring to not Avatar Fire and Ash, but the leaked animated Avatar movie.
Sahib could be a huge Una Chaplin fan. We don't know. It's impossible to say. But yeah, we have not watched it. We've been here at the office catching up on Daredevil, The Boys,
Euphoria.
Yeah, Euphoria. There's a lot going on right now.
Also, we should. Oh, okay, we got an update.
We got a tweet.
Go to that update.
He is talking about the leak.
Okay, Chris Meledandre talks about Minions and Monsters.
Woo!
The movie is set in the 1920s.
All right.
As the Minions set out west to Hollywood to find another monster to serve.
So I guess I am getting my Universal Monsters wish that I wanted.
Well, and you could see, like, if they show up at Hollywood, in the 20s, are they going to bump into, like, James Whale and, like, kind of that early, I guess, 20s would be, that's pre-talkies.
Yeah,
so it's like the silent film era, right? So
Clara Bow.
Yeah.
Buster Keaton.
Maybe some Buster Keaton, Charlie Chaplin.
Got a super chat coming in here. Lo-Fi Girl Lore Enthusiast, $2 super chat. We better get I Am Alex scene for 2 movie. Lo-Fi Girl Lore Enthusiast, I don't know what this means.
What does that mean?
Tell me what it means. You don't got a super chat to tell me what it means. I'll just keep an eye out down here.
Scene for 2 movie?
What does this mean? Fill us in the chat. I'm looking for you don't got to super chat it again. You already gave us the super chat. Just type it out there and I'll see if I can figure it out.
Is that like an I Am Legend?
Oh, it's Minecraft.
Oh, I see.
I am Steve.
I am
Steve.
I am Steve. I am Alex.
I see. Okay, thank you.
It took me a minute.
Okay, all right.
Minecraft 2 we're hoping for. We will see, Lo-Fi Girl Lore Enthusiast. We will see.
Minecraft 1 was a top 5 box office movie, though.
Huge.
That is a Warner Brothers franchise, so we will not be hearing about that in today's panel or probably for the rest of CinemaCon. They would have talked about that yesterday.
Yes, and we heard nothing. Momoa was in the room yesterday. He rode in on a big Lobo cycle. Was there doing double duty for Supergirl and Dune Part 3. Today's big celebs seem to be Snoop Dogg. For those of you who missed the earlier part of the stream, they're doing a Snoop Dogg biopic. And starring Jonathan Davis as young Snoop Dogg. We've gotten a lot of Christopher Nolan news and Chris Meledandri talking that Minions and Monsters will be a 1920s period piece Is this Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein for a new generation?
Ooh, that would be dope.
Is that what or is it Hold That Ghost? Like, is that what this movie's? I like the trailer for it. I'm shocked by how much I like the Minions movies. I really am.
And Jack Black was on stage. Jack Black, who, like, you could make a decent argument over the last 5-6 years, like, is like the #1 movie star, kind of, as far as like huge franchise. I mean, like, again, you know, I know Anaconda wasn't a humongous hit, though it was a studio comedy, live action, which you don't see that much. But, like, his work across the Minecraft movie, the Mario movies.
Yeah, he's big.
Huge.
He's big.
We got a super chat.
Super chat coming in. Lo-Fi Girl Lore Enthusiast. Hope Sing 2 is next too.
I too agree about Sing 2. It would be 3 though now. We've already got Sing 2 exists.
But yeah, they got the piano in there. To my knowledge, Snoop Dogg wasn't tinkling the ivories.
Well, did Jack Black? I guess he didn't.
He's pretty musical, yeah.
Oh, he is not a member of the Sing franchise, as far as I know. Matthew McConaughey, Reese Witherspoon, Scarlett Johansson are.
I'll tell you this. Oh, I meant 3. Thank you, Lo-Fi. I'll tell you this. You want a celebrity sighting, you're in LA. Go to the Silver Lake Gelsons and then walk around the small reservoir nearby. There is a better than 50% chance you will see Jack Black just tootling around the neighborhood. Yes, yeah. He's frequently walking.
It's a distinctive man. You won't accidentally walk by him and not
usually
realize
wearing
it's
tie-dye.
Yes, tie-dye, like very loud outfit. Nice guy, always just like has his headphones on, listening to a podcast. Don't bother him. We don't want him to quit doing his chill vibe thing.
Do we think the podcast he's listening to is Sneak Peek or Road to Doomsday?
I think it's Sneak Peek or Road to Doomsday. Yeah, it could be Nerd Awakenings. It's tough. Join in our underground.
Oh, he's definitely in our
underground. Yeah, he's in our underground producer. Okay, we got some people in the chat asking if we're getting news on Five Nights at Freddy's 3 or Fast 11. We don't know yet.
Potential there. So Five Nights at Freddy's is a Blumhouse franchise, and Universal has kind of the distributing arm of Blumhouse, or like Blumhouse makes it and then Universal puts it out. So we could get news on that. Five Nights at Freddy's 2 was just last winter, right?
Yeah.
Last fall. Yeah. But they can turn those around pretty fast.
That's Five Nights at Freddy's 3 is an interesting one because that's a franchise that has the games obviously have a huge following, especially online. But I don't think either of those movies were particularly critically well received or did a ton of money. I think the fans loved them.
The first one made a lot more than the second one.
Yes.
I think there was big diminishing returns on the second one. Yeah. But, you know, they're relatively inexpensive to make.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the thing. There's some great interviews. Jason Blum, who's the head of Blumhouse, who puts out movies like the Purge franchise and Five Nights at Freddy's and Megan. He's done like some really interesting interviews in the past, which I will get to in a second, right after we address this super chat that is coming in. NG Ravoy, Gravois. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but thank you for the super chat. Odds of Mario Kart Fast and Furious spin-off.
This is what I want. This is what I want the Mario movies to be.
I mean, that's the kind of creative thinking we need in Hollywood.
Yes.
There's famously a talk of a Men in Black, was it Ghostbusters crossover?
Yeah.
No, Men in Black 21 Jump Street crossover that never happened. But maybe this is the kind of crossover we really need.
Yeah, I mean, there should just be a Mario Kart movie that is just straight up a Fast and Furious movie, like with Mario Kart.
Toretta should show up in the Mario Kart movie, yes.
Yeah, as a me version of Vin Diesel.
We got another super chat coming through.
Joseph Bartholomew, 6253, $5 super chat. Hi, I'm Joey. Save the theaters. I've lost 4 theaters near me already. Which movies can save the theaters? I'll tell you this, it's probably the big tentpole ones, realistically. But what we forget about those big tentpole movies is the tentpole holds up the tent. If you have something like the Odyssey or the Super Mario Galaxy movie holding your theaters open, that creates places where those theaters can take risks on smaller films, whether those are like obscure art house things or just smaller budget movies that don't have the same kind of like marketing budget those other ones do.
And thank you, Joey, and like agreed, let's save the theaters. I'm sad to hear that you've lost 4 theaters near you. Hopefully you still have plenty of good places to go see movies. We need them to survive. And there's we're getting an update here. Let's go right to that from Erik in the room. The sequence for Minions and Monsters shown at CinemaCon evokes the first Pixar Toy Story by showing the Minions in a classic Western scenario as the Minions work together on a high-speed train chase. to stop a black hat villain from getting away with all the loot. But when a biplane picks up the villain, we realize this scenario is actually in the 1920s, not the 1880s. They weigh the villain down, and the chase continues off the studio ranch lot. Yeah, this is now Blazing Saddles.
Okay, great.
Into the streets of Golden Age Hollywood. Lots of chaos as the runaway train crashes through the streets, giving us some homages to Buster Keaton in the toppling window frame, until the director of this Western film, voiced by Christoph Waltz, finally brings the train to a halt. The director thinks he's going to be fired, but his studio boss, Jeff Bridges, loves the Minions. The movie looks fun as hell. It's going to remind people of Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, again, my daughter forced me to watch the Minions movies. Oh, they're getting a second Minions and Monsters scene. My daughter forced me to watch the movies in advance of Despicable Me 4, which came out 2 summers ago, I think. And I kind of did it with arms crossed. In the way, as a father, you have to watch a lot of movies. I gotta tell you, they're like really fun. They're great. I don't know why I was being such a turd about it.
Anybody gonna go as a Gentle Minion opening night?
I think you will.
Yeah. A couple more of those beers.
Am I allowed? Am I too old to be a Gentle Minion? We got a super chat coming through. Though I do want to come back to Joey's thing about saving theaters.
Yes.
I'm drinking Zero Coke. Interesting that you say Zero Coke as opposed to Coke Zero. Are you in the Southern Hemisphere, Lo-Fi Girl enthusiasts? With y'all, I got Pack with me, so kind of Biro and Coke Zero. Okay, now you say Coke Zero.
Beers and zeros.
Beers and zeros. I mean, those are my 2 favorite beverages. Spilled some on my keyboard now. My typing is weird. Slow down.
Yeah, go fix your keyboard.
Slow down.
Sounds like, yeah. The zero is hitting.
I want to go back to Joey's thing. You know, CinemaCon, again, it's a theater industry event. All the people in the room run theaters, own theaters, something like that. They are all rooting for theaters to survive. And they have this weird relationship with the movie studios, who are their like supplier, right? And there have been complaints since the pandemic, and then we had the strikes and everything like that. The studios have been putting out fewer movies than they were putting out pre-pandemic. And so movie theaters have been complaining about multiple things, but a big one is just the volume of wide releases is lower than it has been historically. So we're getting the same number of big Marvel type movies and whatever as we always have. It's that kind of middle and lower tier.
It's that F1 tier.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, like
that we are not getting, because it's great when you get people to come in to watch the Odyssey or to watch Spider-Man Brand New Day. That's wonderful. Everybody's going to go see those movies. But you need something for them to come back and see the next week and the week after that and the week after that. And that's what theaters have not been getting. So hopefully, I think there are more wide releases scheduled for this year, like 20 more than came out in 2025. So hopefully that goes a long way into helping the theatrical industry. We've got a little super chat rolling in from Sarah Hatchadorian. Thank you so much. Considering they already covered the Odyssey, what do you expect Universal to close with today? Also, do you think we'll get any big surprises for the studio? Well, I think if we already got the Odyssey, I think they're closing with Disclosure Day.
yeah.
I bet we get Spielberg on stage.
Yep.
I bet he gets, if not the same amount of applause as Nolan, pretty damn close.
Yeah.
We've got an update from Erik.
You good, Brian?
Brian just spilled a Coke Zero all over his keyboard. Okay, we've got another Minions and Monsters scene. The second scene of Minions and Monsters at CinemaCon shows the Minions being brought into a 1920s Hollywood soundstage. There are nods to Cleopatra, Singing in the Rain, and lots of classic Golden Age films. Fun detail, we see the film dailies being handed over to a row of female editors. Doing this kind of critically important editing and assistant editing work was actually done by women back then. Christoph Waltz's director character puts the Minions in a battle scene with Vikings. They actually beat up the stunt actors with a variety of melee weapons, plungers, and chainsaws. The crew loves it. I love this. I also hope that this movie gets like a bunch of tweens inspired to go dig into classic Hollywood.
Yeah, go check out the references.
And see the references. We've got a super chat coming through. Evan Swan saying, I wonder if we get any news on the Sabrina Alice in Wonderland musical tonight. Universal is making it.
It would be smart of them to piggyback off of Coachella. Yeah, Abby, what do you
know anything about this?
I mean, I do know that it's happening. It's with Lorene Feria.
Oh yeah, from Hustlers.
Yes.
Yes.
And so I'm excited. I wonder if it'll be kind of similar to Warner Brothers, where it gets like maybe a title or a date at the end of the panel, because I don't know how far in development, or maybe that's what the piano's for. Still haven't figured out the
that'd
piano.
be dope. Yeah, IMDb is still listing it as in pre-production. Doesn't have a slate or a date listed. So yeah, and really it's just Lorraine Scafaria, who I think at one time, what's his name, the stand-up comedian that did Inside, Bo Burnham. They were partners. I don't know if they're still together. Anyways, that's unrelated to Sabrina Carpenter's movie.
More super chats coming in. Hermes has Wormies giving $5 saying bone horse, bone horse, bone horse.
Bone Pony's in the chat. Hermes has Wormies. Bless you. Shout out. You know what? Everybody in the chat's doing a great job. And I understand this is maybe not the most exciting panel we could be covering. I'm a little disappointed with the lack of over under 20% today.
I don't think there's been one.
We've got a couple.
We've
gone
got a couple.
under on the over under 20%. Okay? I'm just saying.
Yeah, and this is we were gonna make merch. We still might. Okay, we've got a tweet signal from Brian. Chris Meledandri explains how Minions and Monsters, the advent of sound in film with talkies and the death of silent films has doomed the Minions films prospect as they're unable to record dialogue. See, Very Singing in the Rain, the film's a love letter to Hollywood. Yeah.
I'm in. This might be my first Minions movie I need to consume not on an airplane.
I have to say, Singing in the Rain there's a lot of movies that will be recommended to you that are old movies that, I bet were great when they came out, but haven't really aged very well. Either like just the rhythm of them is off compared to modern rhythms, or it's not what you're used to. Singing in the Rain is fantastic. Like if you've never seen it because it came out 70 years before you were born, no judgment. Go watch it. It's a great time.
A super young Debbie Reynolds, so it's basically a Star Wars movie.
Yeah, technically it's in canon.
We've got a raft of super chats we're going to get through here as we get more updates. Maffy P, BTS question: assuming you all are AMC A-list members, how many movies do you average a week? Since I have a full-time job, I average 2 a month. Wish more. I'm not an A-list member. I should be, but I'm bad financially. I know for a fact Jessica Clemons is an A-list member and probably leads all new Rockstars employees in volume of movies she sees.
Absolutely.
She maxes out her A-list. She's seeing everything that comes out, sometimes more than once. I probably I don't get to go to the theater as much as I'd like to. I'm probably at about 2 a month. How many movies do you see, Abby?
I'm an A-list member, and I probably go. It's either I'm maxing out 4 or I'm seeing 0. Mm-hmm. It really just depends on what movies are out. Yeah. Honestly, right now I think I'm maxed out with my pre-bookings, but I haven't seen a movie in almost 2 weeks.
We should just, while we're talking AMC, apparently yesterday when Sandra Bullock and Nicole Kidman came out on stage to promote Practical Magic, Sandra Bullock said to Nicole Kidman, she prompted her into doing the AMC
thing. Yeah.
Heartbreak feels good in a place like this, and the room went nuts, as it should. Okay, more super chats.
There's a lot of super chats.
Sean McCabe, S. McCabe 277, Sean McCabe from Queens, New York. Yous are one of the best. Hey, thanks, Shawnee boy.
Thanks for translating that.
Yeah. I grew up in the tri-state area. I speak Queens.
Phonetics.
We've got another super chat. Jared LT 78, $5. Over under trailer for Spaceballs 2 from MGM.
I would probably say over.
Over? We're going to get that?
Yeah, I think they've been working on that for a minute at this point.
Yeah.
They could be in trailer stage.
The MGM Amazon panel will be later tonight. We won't be covering that live, but we'll be recapping that tomorrow while we're covering the Disney panel. So I'm excited for that.
Let's see, next super chat. Sahib Singh again, 98.97. Thank you, Sahib. Thoughts on Legend of the Rings and Secret Wars on same day?
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings. What did I say? Legend? Yeah, I've seen Legend of the Rings. It's great. It's really good.
At Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Are they currently? They're currently slated to come out the same day in 2027.
Or maybe are we hoping for another Doomsday kind of a scenario?
Yeah. I mean, also when you get that far out, studios kind of put dibs on dates way in advance. And, famously, Marvel puts the earliest dibs and then everybody else gets out of the way. But maybe with Dune 3 not blinking this year, maybe Warner's also thinking next year, like, yeah, we're not going to blink on you then either.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, they also are going to be going up against The Housemaid too. So, just saying. I don't know who's going to win. It might be Housemaid.
With Kirsten Dunst joining the franchise. Now, I didn't see the first Housemaid. Is Sydney Sweeney is the titular housemaid?
Yes.
And she stays with the franchise and goes to a different house?
Yeah, you have to watch to find out what it sets up.
My girlfriend was watching it the other day while I was playing a video game and listening to like heavy thumping techno. So I missed what was going on in the film.
I'll just say, just watch it. It's a fun ride.
Paul Feig, great director.
Paul Feig, love Paul Feig. And I'm very excited to see what Kirsten Dunst is gonna do.
It was wildly popular in theaters. That's what's gonna save theaters, A little
Sydney Sweeney.
Sydney Sweeney.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Like Fokker-in-Law is a good example of like that movie needs to do good.
Yes.
Yeah.
For everyone.
Agreed.
Yes.
Hopefully it is good.
That's the level of movie studios need to be making more frequently.
Yes.
We have another super chat. X.Matt giving $20 for the over under 20%. Thank you, X.Matt. You're a real one.
Quick update. I earlier chugged a Beero. I will chug a second Beero. If we hit $400 in super chat, we are currently at $316.
Oh, we're gonna have to shotgun these bureaus.
Berg has threatened to join me if we hit this
If we get to
threshold.
shotgun level, I did promise I would join.
And 800. We're still a little ways off, but there's a chance.
I mean, that's $500. That's not a lot.
It's not a lot. For some people, it's not a lot.
Marvel Pirate asking how much time we have left on the stream. Presumably about another hour, maybe 45 minutes.
We don't know. We got real burned by WB yesterday, being like, we're just gonna sit in it.
They had never heard brevity is the soul of wit. They didn't give a shit about it. They just kept chugging and chugging. But this is scheduled for about 2 hours. It started about 75 minutes ago, so that's where we're at. We got a couple super chats coming through. Thank you, everybody, for supporting. Lo-Fi Girl Enthusiast, Dragons and Twos.
Oh, How to Train Your Dragon 2.
Oh, How to Train Your Dragon 2. Thank you, Abby,
Got
for
it.
the
How
translation.
to Train Your Dragon 2.
Too legit.
Nice.
Too legit to quit.
And then we got a couple more. Aiden784. What's the next movie y'all plan to go watch? Love from Oklahoma. Like, next movie I want to see in theaters.
The next one I have booked is Devil Wears Prada 2,
Okay.
opening night. But I think there's one. I want to see You, Me, and Tuscany. That came out last weekend.
Yeah.
But also, I kind of want to see the Michael Jackson.
It's a lighter month for movies. I mean, this is jumping way ahead. End of May, definitely Mandalorian and Grogu.
Yeah, that's a theater movie.
That event is booked. I feel like that is a opening night. I need to see that. You know what? We'll see. We'll see what my schedule's like. Mortal Kombat 2.
I also have a ticket booked for Mortal Kombat.
Okay. You know what? I'm a little. I still need to be convinced a little bit. I might wait to see what the reviews and the word of mouth is like on that, but I'll be there for that. Probably.
There's a non-zero chance I wind up seeing The Mummy this weekend.
I don't know if I can do it.
I thought Evil Dead Rise was so fucking fun. Like I thought Lee Cronin just did such a great job with that, and the trailers for The Mummy didn't like blow my mind. But I think there's a non-zero chance I wind up at The Mummy this weekend. Yeah.
Okay, we've got an update from Erik in the room at CinemaCon. He's been reporting on Minions and Monsters. But great! Now we're hearing something about One Night Only, another Universal movie coming out in August. One Night Only trailer shown at CinemaCon, written and directed by Will Gluck. The film stars Monica Barbaro and Callum Turner as a couple who meets on the one night every year that people in this world are legally allowed to have sex. So it's the purge for sex, huh? Kinda, but the tone is not Twilight Zone. It's a steamy, sincere, heartfelt romance. Hang the DJ-esque.
Okay, so more like that Black Mirror episode where the simulations of the daters are trapped inside the simulated dating profile and have to go through like 1,000 dates or whatever.
I gotta say, I'm all in. Monica Barbaro is great. She was, if you saw A Complete Unknown, the Bob Dylan movie, she played the famous folk singer.
That one?
Joan Baez. Also, she was recently in that Chris Hemsworth Crime 101 film. Very talented actress. And then Callum Turner, he was also one of the names that's getting floated as a potential Bond
Oh, really?
target. And he was in that Elizabeth Olsen movie where she's dead and she has to pick between her two husbands in the
yeah,
afterlife,
yeah.
whatever that one was called. Okay, more updates.
Okay, we've got super chat coming in here.
Oh,
Or
okay.
no,
Or an
tweet.
update.
I'm sorry.
So,
tweet.
Universal horror movie Other Mommy, not to be confused with Mummy or Lee Cronin's Mummy, Other Mommy shows its trailer at CinemaCon. Jessica Chastain is incredibly creepy in this very intense horror with the tone of Smile 2.
Hopefully it has the same practical effects as Smile 2, because that Smile monster at the end of Smile 2 fucking rules. It's just great
Spoiler.
practical effects.
Smile 2, also a Universal release, I believe.
We got super chat coming in here. BJ Wilfrey's $2 donation. What's your dream casting? Mine is Beyonce as Storm. I presume we're doing dream casting for X-Men here.
Or just general.
Just broad dream casting.
I gotta say, I appreciate the star power of Beyonce is great. I don't know if she brings the acting chops I would love to see from a Storm. I don't know what her accent work would look like.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like it'd be hard to look at the screen and think that that's anybody else but
I want
Storm.
Lupita
Beyonce.
Nyong'o as Storm.
She would be good.
Lupita Nyong'o can do
Both
no
of
wrong.
them might be Lupita.
Too famous.
Well, Lupita Nyong'o is younger than Beyonce. Beyonce's just a little old. No offense. I'm not trying to age shame anybody, but it seems like they're going with a very young, early
Right, they're going
20s
for a younger,
cast.
yeah.
She's older than that. But we got to get through some more super chats. Good. I like BJ Wolfrey's where your head's at though. I love Godzilla.mp3. Hope y'all are having a good Wednesday. Bureau soon. My man.
I think so. I
it's
really
5 o'clock somewhere.
I signed on to this $400 shotgun pledge, being like, I don't know, we'll get there. We're pretty close.
We are dangerously close.
We're
We're like
I'm gonna have to
50
shotgun a
We're like
bureau.
$55 close.
Yes.
Okay, more super chats. Joseph Bartholomew, our friend Joey. Movie I desperately need. Midnight Sun starring Blade, Moon Knight, and Ghost Rider. You know what? Over under 20%. We hear about something like that tomorrow at the Disney panel?
Honestly, yes. If there is going to be any Blade news this decade, in theory, we'll get it tomorrow. We've got a new tweet from the account. Erik saying, just saw a Red Band trailer for Violent Night 2. David Harbour gets bloody in a shopping mall where we see him stamp a cookie cutter in a dude's head, and a patch of skin in the shape of a gingerbread man plops out. Yes.
Not nasty. Also, a little Freudian slip there when he said
Yeah,
shopping
shopping
mall,
mall,
M-A-U-L. Also, that's because Eric's been doing the breakdowns for Mall Shadow Lord, so he's been
Yes.
typing that word 200 times.
Oh no.
Fit Dad CEO.
Fit Dad!
Friend of the channel, but current enemy of Berg, sending in a $56 super chat saying, get shotgunning. I said I'd do it. Hand me a bureau.
My God.
I said I'd do it. Hand me a bureau. I'm going to go grab
I
a
feel
pair
like
of
we didn't
scissors.
plan for this properly because this is like a live set.
Hang on. I'm going to go
Computers.
grab...
Shout out to Fit Dad CEO who last was on this very set doing a, I believe it was a Superman reaction episode. Everybody should be following him on Instagram where he's very funny. Okay, thank you
these might
so
be
much.
shook. You got to shotgun it.
Oh, shotgun.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, wow, look. Berg, come in frame, Berg. Okay, there you go.
Oh,
You're
God.
good, you're good.
Zach, you're not shotgunning.
Wow.
Berg is.
I'm impressed, honestly.
This is insane. I don't.
Again, Berg biologically cannot burp.
I cut the hole way
Zach,
too
you have
small.
to shotgun it.
It's like
This is
you're supposed to make the hole pretty big.
a non-alcoholic IPA. It's not a good beer for shotgunning.
We should
No,
have
it
played.
is.
We should have played like
It's
music.
done.
It is very tasty though. Hey, Berg!
did it.
Wow.
Thank you to the chat for all your super chats. Thank you, Tom Holland, for making a delicious and refreshing non-alcoholic.
The optimal way to consume it.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, I'm still working on mine. I'm sorry.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Read the next super chat.
Okay, the only 33B12. Okay, Berg just got hotter. Wait until you hear the noises my body makes in about half an hour. Yeah, so the issue with shotgunning is, because I studied physics for a few years in college, that bottom hole needs to be pretty sizable to get the full flow of air to push all the beer through. Like, you think of like when you're funneling a beer, the funnel is not like this tiny little straw. And what I just did was I got paranoid that I was going to spray beer everywhere because it started foaming out. So I was just basically sucking beer through a straw out the bottom of a can.
Wow. And you know what? We still got like 30 minutes left of this
We
stream.
got 30 minutes. So
Who knows where we'll go from here?
Fit Dad CEO, thank you, and also up yours.
Well, if anyone wants to match the $400.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Go Eagles, Fit Dad. How's the team looking this year? I hope they're making you happy. Okay, we've got some news coming out of Vegas. Erik Voss reporting from In the Room. Ben Stiller takes the stage for Universal's CinemaCon panel to talk about Focker-in-Law, the fourth Meet the Parents film. Stiller calls back Christopher Nolan's joke earlier in the showcase. I'm Ben Stiller. I'm the one actor not in the Odyssey. Good bit. Ben Stiller, funny guy. Focker-in-Law, have you seen all of the entries in the Focker franchise?
Oh no! I saw the first one and then I tapped out.
I have been planning a marathon in honor of. I love Ariana Grande. So I'm seated for her.
Okay.
So I'll catch up.
So we were trying to remember. So there's Meet the Parents, Meet the Fockers. What's the other entry?
Little Focker.
Little Fockers
Little
was
Fockers,
the third one.
yeah.
Okay, great.
Yes.
Okay, we got super chat flag from Brian. Carson Robinson, 3C3Q, $5 super chat. Over under 20% tomorrow's stream. Disney and Paramount will be 5+ hours.
Our stream?
Our stream, no. We're not going to cover Paramount tomorrow. We are going to cover Disney. The reason for that being there are only so many of us left here in LA to take care of the channel, while Erik and Jess are also working their asses off in Vegas.
Also, Berg and I will both be bureau hungover.
Yeah.
tomorrow,
I'm
so-
doing this by myself
So
tomorrow.
a reminder, we are going to cease our live stream after the Universal panel wraps up. Later tonight, there is an MGM Amazon panel. We won't be covering that live. We will be recapping that and tomorrow morning's early Paramount panel during our Disney panel coverage tomorrow afternoon. We've got one more. So under 20%, then it goes 5 hours tomorrow. John Hobbs, over under 20%. We get some Dino news. I think that could be.
Zach thinks we will. I think it's a little far out, but they could just announce it just to get people kind of excited for it.
We're almost a year since Jurassic World Rebirth, a movie they turned around in 12 months. It went from like, can you write this script, to being in theaters in like almost exactly 12 months.
It went from we have a sick dino scene in previs. Can you write a script around it?
And you know what? When watching that movie, it feels like it came out really fast.
Yes.
My biggest beef with that movie, I've brought this up multiple times, but why not? The movie begins with, we're in a world in which like dinosaurs have become mundane and people are tired of regular dinosaurs. It's so much that like dinosaur zoos are getting neglected because nobody goes to them, which is so insane when you think about people still pay to go to zoos and see a tiger in the real world. We would never get tired of seeing a brachiosaurus.
That's why we like Jurassic World.
Yes.
I'm sending right now to Brian 3 images from my phone from a dinosaur book I'm currently reading called Dinosaurs, Facts and Figures, the Sauropods.
That's a lot for everyone.
But Brian, we'll see. We'll see if Brian thinks these are safe to show on screen. I think they're not.
Not safe for work?
Well, 2 of them aren't. And one of them is just boring.
Is it more inappropriate than Shrek is Love, Shrek is Life?
I don't know.
We've got a couple super chats coming in, and
You
I already
tell
see a couple of these are spicy.
Yeah.
Smallest pubes.
Pubis.
But it's
largest
no.
pubes.
It says pubes.
It says pubes. And then look, there's just a list. I got duped into reading a list of a book, and I can't stop a book once I start it. So this is the dino news you're getting from me today.
We've got some. Did you guys think you were going to get that when you showed up for the Universal panel coverage?
Dinosaur boners.
We over deliver here. We've got some more Meet the Focker news. Robert De Niro joins Ben Stiller on stage for Father-in-Law at CinemaCon. Over under 20%. He mentions Trump. Stiller says that when they made the first film, De Niro was 57 years old, and now that's how old Ben Stiller is.
Wild.
Wow. De Niro compares their careers, and Stiller says that his Raging Bull was Madagascar.
Amazing.
De Niro, I prefer the one with the minions.
Very good.
Where are we?
That's a good one.
There's some scripted shit talk between the actors where De Niro warns Stiller not to compare his career to Ariana Grande since she was nominated for an Oscar. I didn't write that, De Niro ad-libs. Stiller says, I presented. De Niro says, so did Bill Maher.
He's feisty.
Then I didn't write that either. I love it when you sell out the writers of your
Immediately.
bits.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
You're De Niro. He's earned it. We got super chat flag from Brian. N. Gravois, $5 super chat. Who's your dream casting to play the Dreamcast in the Console Wars movie?
What?
Timmy Chalamet. He's a real dreamboat.
Honestly, Timothy Chalamet used to have a YouTube channel where he would do mods on Xbox controllers.
Yes.
So yeah, that's actually
My man games. He doesn't sing opera or do ballet, but he games. Okay. More super chats here.
I think we skipped one about Happy Tax Day.
Happy
Just
Tax
want to
Day.
shout out that Happy Tax Day.
Andrew Garrett, K7M, saying, I'm inviting Berg to my next house party. The Berg you want at your house party is self-medicating Berg from college. The Berg you'll get at your house party is the one who shows up and is there for 15 minutes and goes like, I'm sorry, man, this is like way too much for me. I gotta head out.
Though I will say, if you just leave a bowl of almonds out on a counter in your house,
I'll appear.
Berg will appear.
I'll appear. I'll count them out into fours. Yeah. Today I was eating almonds while walking on a treadmill watching X-Men Days of Future Past. I was truly in my full element.
More super chats. Or no, we have an update from the room at CinemaCon from Erik Voss, who is sitting there and transcribing what he's seeing. The trailer for Father-in-Law looks pretty great. Ariana Grande plays a too good to be true prospective daughter-in-law to Ben Stiller, who worries that this former FBI interrogator is manipulating his impressionable son, Skylar Gisondo, and finds himself at odds with the rest of the family, everyone coming back from the earlier films, over her charms. The comedy is as broad as ever, but this multi-generational family comedy looks promising. So if I'm understanding the dynamic, she's too good to be true, but Ben Stiller is the only one that is suspicious.
That's what it
Maybe.
sounds like. Yeah.
Okay, that's really fun. And then we'll get some reveal that she has some dark history or something.
I'm sure.
Like that.
Do you think he's offended of like all the antics he had to go through, and then she fits right in and he's triggered?
Oh yeah, probably. Right? Why were you so suspicious of me? Just because I was a nurse, right?
Yeah.
I have nipples, Greg. Would you milk me?
We're getting some chatter that the trailer for
watch
Fokker
it?
is live to the public. Brian, I don't know if it's possible to pull that up so that we can get it on screen.
I can.
Do a watch along.
Yeah.
I have a tweet.
So we are, for those just joining, we are currently looking for the trailer for Fokker-in-Law. We've been told it's been released to the public.
Yeah, while Brian works on that, we've got some super chats. Darnell Smith, 7827, thank you for sending a $5 donation.
Darnell.
Appreciate you. Nini's 24, what movie are you most excited to see this year?
Dune.
Dune 3.
Or Odyssey. Maybe Odyssey.
And it's tight. And then Doomsday, I mean, it's peak cinema, guys. We're eating good this year. A couple more super chats. Our friend Marvel Pirate. Zach and Berg feeling a placebo effect, I think.
No placebo, my friend. I'm bloated as crap.
Yeah. Also, I was this silly and incoherent from the jump, Marvel Pirate. My secret is I'm always goofy. Okay, we've got an update here.
Erik saying, now we're watching a trailer for a film very important to NR viewers, Sense and Sensibility. Seriously, I might break this movie down just to further enrage the fans of Paradise and From. Honestly, it looks so good. Well, you know when Erik is motivated to do a rage breakdown, that is cinema at its finest.
So this, I mean, there's been multiple Sense of Sensibility. It's in the public domain. Anybody can make one, and there's been a lot of them made. This one, though, is starring
Daisy Edgar
Edgar
Jones,
Jones.
right?
Yes, of Twisters and Where the Crawdads Sing or whatever. Okay, and from director Georgia Oakley, who I don't know anything about. Georgia Oakley.
Lo-Fi Girl Lore Enthusiast, $5 super chat saying Kristen Bell is playing Mrs. Claus in Violent Night 2. That's great casting. I'm getting. I got a DM from Jessica Clemons. I'm gonna read it out loud.
Okay.
One note. Less dino dong, otherwise you're doing great. I came for Shrek.
Wait, Jessica Clemons, who's in the room in Vegas watching this panel, is somehow watching our stream. She must have stepped out.
She must have stepped out.
Or
for
maybe
a second.
she's getting third-party notifications.
Yeah, maybe
People
Brian
are updating her.
Brian's a rat. Brian ratted me out saying I sent dino pubes to him or whatever.
When this stream gets demonetized, you'll know it was the dino pubes.
Yes.
Okay, we've got another update.
Okay. Trailer for Werwulf. That's what I want to see. I didn't think we'd get it.
And it was savage.
Savage, yes.
Oh,
Yes.
I bet. So, if you're not familiar, Robert Eggers, most recently of Nosferatu, but he's also done The Lighthouse and Witch, right? It's kind of continuing his trilogy of period piece monster movies, and is doing a werewolf movie with crazy spelling because he's that hardcore. With a lot of the cast returning, I think we're getting Willem Dafoe, Lily Rose Depp are both in it. I'm not sure who else.
I'm not sure on the cast.
I mean, if you don't just those two sentences doesn't get you in, then the movie's not meant for you.
I will say, having recently rewatched The Lighthouse, which is Willem Dafoe and Robert Pattinson, it's incredible. It's not a horror movie. That one's like a comedy. Nosferatu's a straight-up horror movie, and I fucking loved it. I thought it was fantastic.
Yes.
Bought the 6-foot standee cutout, used it to scare the crap out of house guests multiple times. It's a good time. Being teased, according to Sarah Hatchadorian, is Robert Eggers' most terrifying film yet. We got Super Chat from, just went away. Mad Matt 904, over under 20% Jurassic Park X Fast and Furious movie.
Or like a combo movie.
The family has to get in and out of Jurassic Park with fancy cars.
I live my life 50 million years at a time.
Yeah, we're racing for DNA pink slips.
That'd be pretty fun. Also, there's some like weird AI company that's working on that movie right now.
For sure.
Aaron Taylor Johnson also in Werewolf. He's kind of
that's right. Yeah.
The male lead there, and Ralph Ineson, Galactus himself.
Love him.
He was also in The Witch. Robert Eggers
and showed up and he showed up, I believe, a little bit in Nosferatu as the Doctor. He was recently in Frankenstein. He's getting all his punch cards. The Green Knight, of course. Yes. Okay, super chat, according to Brian. Joseph Bartholomew, 6253. Zach, in other words, you have to suspend disbelief more about the people not going to dino zoos than the belief of actual living dinosaurs?
Yes, you need consistent internal logic in your movie, right? And nobody's going to believe that people are tired of gigantic dinosaurs.
No one's tired of elephants yet. We're not tired of giraffes.
Yes, they're still fascinating.
Not tired of whales.
I don't know, but yeah, I mean, you're right. Why am I nitpicking this? But you know what? You know why I'm nitpicking it? Because we're on the new Rockstars channel, and that's our job here. What'd you say, Abby?
And the movie was stupid.
And also, the movie was stupid. Even beyond that. That happened in the first 10 minutes. Plenty of other stupid things happened after that. It was not a good Jurassic movie.
We've never had like a good Jurassic movie of dinosaurs in... Like, we've had moments where they go into society, but not a fully dinosaurs in society movie.
Yeah. Maybe the End of Oak Street will be that movie.
Maybe. End of Oak Street trailer looked promising. We got another super chat coming in here. Sarah Hatchadorian, $5. If someone had previously asked over under 20%, Berg shows Brian his NSFW dino picks, I would have taken the under for sure, living for these surprises today. This book I'm reading is so boring. The only way I can amuse myself is by taking pictures of the silliest parts and sending them to friends and being like, look at this book I duped myself into reading.
Brian, if you need to file a report with HR, the Berg was
Yeah.
showing you
It's
not
okay.
safe for work.
I'll double down. I'll bring more picks to the HR meeting. Okay, more super chats. Darnell Smith, 7827. Berg is the freaking man. $2 donation. Darnell, you're the freaking man. You're giving us money. You're directly supporting the channel. You make it possible for us to sit here and talk about movies.
Pew, pew, pew.
We appreciate everybody super chatting. Joseph Bartholomew, 6253. Werewolf was wearing an Eggers suit. Terrifying image. Imagine all the hair popping out under the latex.
Wait, that's a bit, right?
Has to be. There's not
Instead
a
of
real werewolf.
Eggers, or do you think he just mistyped and he meant to say Eggers was wearing a werewolf suit?
Could be. Could be. We don't have
I'd like
cameras
to
in there.
believe that the werewolf is there.
They have an actual werewolf there, but he's wearing the suit of a man.
Yeah.
I love that. Like a weird, Men in Black, can I borrow some sugar
Yeah.
kind of moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For a cat means worlds to me.
Yeah.
And Gravois, Mario Kart, X Fast and Furious. I almost said Final Fantasy. X Fast and Furious, X Dinos. Hell yeah. I agree.
What if, it's like if Universal's just like, you know what? Let's take all of our biggest franchises, rather than keeping them separate and having each of them be successful, let's squish them all together and just have one mega movie. That's how you save theaters, right there. You know?
Yes.
Great. It's kind of like when Marvel's like, we've got a lot of great superheroes people would love to see in their own movies, or we put them all in an Avengers movie.
Yeah. Can we watch the Fokker-in-Law trailer?
Oh yeah. Abby sent it to Brian.
Well, first we've got an update from In the Room.
Steven.
Steven Spielberg is on stage. Immediate standing ovation from the crowd. He says into the microphone, Abby, you'll never get to see this trailer.
He says, "Bring Snoop Dogg out."
yeah.
I think I do have the trailer up here.
Okay, we're getting word from Brian that the trailer is almost ready to roll. We'll get that while we're waiting for whatever Disclosure Day news Spielberg's about to give us.
I'm just gonna put a small just so we don't get.
Yes,
Taken
we're
down.
gonna do our
Yes.
best to not get
Oh, we don't have to
demonetized.
get taken down.
We can talk over it.
That's what the audience really wants.
Yeah, the audience really wants us talking over it. Okay, we're seeing classic lie detector test in the Fokker basement.
Do you want to turn it on?
Ariana Grande's perfectly manicured fingers. Okay, all right.
Okay.
I'm in.
Yeah.
Looks fun. Big studio comedy. We've got an update from Erik in the room at the Universal panel. Coleman Domingo and NBA chairman Charlie Rivkin present Steven Spielberg with the America 250 Award, the highest honor of the MPA. It's like a Purple Heart, but from the Motion Picture
Great.
Association.
All right, I'll take it.
Fun fact, Spielberg's Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, its heart-ripping violence and dark themes, is considered the film responsible for the then MPAA adopting the new PG-13 rating between PG and R.
I heard it was that and Gremlins in concert.
Yeah, they came out like the same year.
What I have in my head canon, but I don't know that that's accurate.
Wonder if they're saying that on stage or that's just Erik who needs to insert Easter egg
Fun
and
fact, yeah.
things you might have missed into his tweets
It just
as well.
comes out naturally.
It comes out naturally.
We
That's
got a
how he
super
lives.
chat coming up. Thank you, Brian. Carson Robinson, C3Q. Over under 20%. We get cinema crossover film that's just every big franchise combined in like 50 years.
We got it. It's called Ready Player One.
Also,
From Spielberg.
Yeah.
LeBron James's Space Jam had some of those elements.
Chippendale had some of those elements.
Yeah, here's the thing. It's kind of fun, but it's kind of better if they have individual, well-told stories too, right? I don't need to see a DC Marvel crossover movie. I'd rather just have good DC movies and good Marvel movies.
Do you
But-
think they'll get that desperate?
The reason Roger Rabbit worked wasn't because of the crossovers. It was because it was a solid noir detective story.
Yes, absolutely.
We got another super chat coming in here. Joseph Bartholomew, 6253. Hansel is so hot right now. Zoolander heads know what he's all on about. We're all getting our orange mocha frappuccinos up in here today, okay? We know what's going on. Zoolander was a hangover movie for me when I was in college.
Oh, because The Hangover was a Zoolander movie.
It was
for me.
It
when
was. I had two groups of friends. Depending on who I was hungover with, we would watch either Zoolander or Shanghai Nights, starring.
Oh,
so it was a lot
but
of
either
Owen
way,
Wilson.
it's an Owen
Yeah.
Wilson jam. Yeah. Well, I'm a graduate of the School for Kids Who Can't Read Good, so still can't read good.
Yeah, we're all recovering from Derelict. and seeing it just happen for real at some point. Okay, let's see. We are still waiting on updated, see if we'll get some footage from Disclosure Day here. It's fun to see Spielberg return to aliens and UFOs. This is clearly, E.T. and Close Encounters, this is clearly something that has inspired wonder in him for a long time. And that, I think, is the emotion he is best at transmitting via film, arguably. So I'm optimistic for Disclosure Day. I'm kind of curious to get a little bit of a better look at it.
Real quick, just to go back to Robert Eggers' Werewolf, discussing film has a quick synopsis here. The movie follows a gothic world where townsfolk are investigating a brutal werewolf terrifying their town. That's a classic kind of werewolf story. And the movie is presented in 4:3 aspect ratio.
Now, where's your shirt?
I wore it yesterday, so it's dirty. I couldn't wear it today. But I believe 4:3 is like everything Robert Eggers does, arcane, right? That is not a modern or pleasant way to consume a movie.
That might
but
be what he shot Lighthouse in. Lighthouse might have been 4:3.
Because that would be, so
Almost
that's
a
not as
square.
wide as most widescreen formats, right? That's more boxy, kind of.
Oh, no, so sorry. Lighthouse was shot in 1.19 to 1, which is even boxier. Do some quick googling here. Oh, it's the old CRT, shape.
It's like a television
Interesting.
thing, which is weird. Okay, we got a super chat coming through.
Sarah Hatchdorian, $5 super chat. Spielberg saying, I haven't done a Western yet, but that's next, I hope.
I mean, if you saw The Fabelmans,
Yeah.
that movie ends with an anecdote based on Steven Spielberg's real life experiences of meeting famous Western director John Ford, played in The Fabelmans by, rest in peace, David Lynch. And, he points him at a picture. It's the best line ever. On the wall, and he's like, see that picture? It's like of a landscape. He's like, if the horizon is up high, it's a good photo. If it's down low, it's a good photo. If it's in the middle, it's a bad photo, or whatever. Like talking about movies.
Yeah.
And then Steven Spielberg leaves that, or a young Fableman kid who's standing in for Steven Spielberg walks out on the lot after he leaves his office, and the camera pans so that it's a good photo.
Yeah.
It's like, one of the best. Great movie, great ending. I would love to see a Steven Spielberg Western. We got a super chat coming through from Vibey Woodchuck. Fave trailer of the year, Disclosure Day for me. I mean, it's just completely biased, but Dune 3. But I am hopeful that gets supplanted or tied tomorrow when I see a killer-ass Doomsday trailer.
Literally, the Dune 3 trailer had me pounding my chest so hard with excitement that my girlfriend had to ask me to stop.
Yes.
She was like, please don't do that. And I was like, okay, yeah, fair. But it's just like, I was pretty stoked on it. It's going to be hard to top that.
I got to say, and I have full faith, Spielberg's a master, one of the best directors we've ever had. Disclosure Day will probably be awesome. I pinged in the trailer just a little bit because of the CGI animals. And now that is something that often looks worse in a trailer than when you're watching the movie, because in the trailer you're just showing quick shots, whereas in a movie you're seeing it in kind of the context of a longer sequence. So your mind kind of adapts to the uncanny valley a little bit better. I was like, oh, CGI moose? I don't know. So that kept it from being my favorite trailer of the year.
Yeah. The second teaser, whatever they showed, I thought gave a little bit more of the movie, a little bit less of the CGI moose or whatever it was.
Yeah. Was it an elk?
I think it was an elk or a reindeer or something. It didn't have the dewlap you would expect to see on a moose.
Good. Over under 20% use of dewlap organically within the
organic dewlap usage. I chugged a Biro. There's going to be dewlap all over the place.
We get a couple more Biros in us, it'll be more like don't lap.
Haha.
That's how you know the joke landed, when you get a resigned haha from Abby. What was your favorite trailer of the year, Abby?
Dune went pretty hard. I would say Doomsday had maybe the worst trailers for me.
Yeah. In terms of getting excited
that
for the
wasn't
movie.
the question. But I actually didn't hate Spider-Man Brand New Day.
I thought that was a great
Yeah,
trailer.
it was good.
Yeah.
I like the needle drops. I
Yeah.
thought it was good, and I anticipate even more good trailers for that film coming forward. Yeah.
Got a Zach is funny from Sarah V in the chat.
Hey, there's one.
There's one.
Where's Steven Spielberg
For
at?
those of you just tuning in, we're waiting on, it seems like they're going to show some Disclosure Day footage from Spielberg. Real quick, we want to do a plug. If you are in the LA area, Friday night, April 17th at 7 p.m., New Rockstars is going to be doing a live reading of Morbius at UCB Theater. If you're in LA, you can get a ticket, come see us live. If you're not in LA, you can get a ticket and watch the live stream. If you wanted to watch our last show where we did a live read of a leaked Kang Dynasty script, you can do that on NR Underground. But right now, head down in the chat, in the description rather, click the link for ucbcomedy.com. You'll be able to get tickets and live stream tickets to our Morbius live read. Also, thank you all so much for being here and supporting us. If you want to support us by getting a t-shirt, a hoodie, a beanie, a mug from nerdriot.shop, go to nerdriot.shop. Zach's holding up some of our Spider-Man merch right here. On nerdriot.shop, I'm going to button my lip because we're getting news from Brian that we've got a fresh tweet coming in.
And is this the addendum to the previous tweet, Brian? Is that the one you're talking about? I don't think so. Oh, well, we also have, just real quick, Erik added the little anecdote about Temple of Doom, and I guess immediately after he tweeted it, the MPA chief, Charlie Rifkin, mentioned the same anecdote. So he's on the same wavelength as the MPA chief.
Yeah.
But we've got a new bit here. Steven Spielberg praises Universal's commitment to a minimum 45-day window for theatrical distribution for first release films. Not to get greedy, but do I hear 60 days? Do I hear 120 days? 180, someone in the crowd shouted. Me. That was me. Yeah, that's a little pandery. That's going to go over really good in this crowd.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Because the studios or the theaters will always want as long a theatrical window as possible. Now the movie studios maybe not so much.
Yeah.
Because, again, we were talking about it a little earlier, the window got shortened to 0 basically during the pandemic, and then it's kind of been, there's been this flex thing, like Universal does this thing, if a movie comes out and underperforms, they almost immediately move it to paid video on demand so they can kind of take advantage of the marketing they've already spent. But there's been some evidence and studies that have been done that is eroding theatrical profits a little bit because people are
absolutely.
starting to expect, well, I'll be able to watch this at home in 2 weeks. Why do I need to go to a movie theater?
We got a new tweet from Erik saying, I didn't shout it that loud. The crowd was already cheering, so I don't know if anyone heard me except for some confused / annoyed press folks sitting in front of me. I think he's referring to Jess.
Jessica sitting right in front
Yeah,
of
yeah.
Erik. That's great. When we got to check the Twitters of all the other press and see if they're complaining about a loud blonde man
Yes.
who was shouting at Steven Spielberg. Yeah.
Okay, we got a super chat coming in. Thank you, Brian. John Hobbs 8814. Do you believe in aliens? Hot button topic. I'm gonna say it would be insane if we were the only ones out there, but I don't think aliens have visited Earth or anything like that. I think there's probably extraterrestrial life on Enceladus, Europa. I think anywhere where complex chemistry happens, life is almost certainly bound to happen, but I don't think anyone's come and visit us and taken our sheep and, done any dissections or anything like that. That's my thinking.
Yeah, I'm on the same page. I don't think any world government is competent enough to keep something like that from us.
Yes.
And I think though there are like weird mysteries and like unidentified flying objects and things like that, but like the explanations are much less fun than aliens.
And also, a lot of times people tend to go, well, it's unexplained, it has to be an alien. That's an explanation. Sit with the wonder, sit with the mystery. Let it be unexplained.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
And you know what? Ultimately, who gives a shit as long as we keep getting great art about aliens?
Yes.
That's the most important thing. As long as visionary directors and creators like Steven Spielberg and Christopher Nolan and Lord and Miller and whoever else want to make alien stories, that's what really matters to me.
I believe in aliens.
Oh, damn,
just
Abby.
kidding.
Have you seen one?
I was going to say,
No,
lay it on me, lay it
I
on
don't
me.
know. I'm more of like a ghost person more than I am an alien person, which doesn't answer the question, but I feel like there's connections.
Yeah, I like that. You've got to be an alien or a ghost person. We've got an update from Erik Steven Spielberg sits down on stage with Disclosure Day actor Coleman Domingo to discuss Disclosure Day, Spielberg's 35th feature.
That is wild.
Sits,
so many
sits
movies.
down.
Like in a chair, or do you think they're just on the stage?
No, I just
He's on Coleman Domingo's
like.
lap.
Does he
I'm
just
pretty
get like
sure.
a full 30-minute Q&A for the rest of like? To me, sitting down means like a longer segment.
Yes. Or is it just, you know what? Steven Spielberg is of a certain age.
Yeah,
He
he's
might not be
gotta
able to
sit
stand for a
down.
long period. I don't know. I think he's fit. But if this was on the set of a Christopher Nolan movie, there would be no place for him to sit
Nowhere to sit.
because he doesn't allow chairs on his set.
Yes, he should.
Yeah. I throw in the chat. Are you a ghost or an alien?
Yeah, Ghost
person?
Trailer here.
If you have to
I
pick
get a
one,
poll going.
it's kind of like Patton Oswalt talks about. You're either is it zombie or vampire? Are the two that like? Do you want chaos or whatever? I forget I'm butchering it, even though I read that book a long time ago. Oh, we've got another update.
Okay, we got a poll going.
Okay, Spielberg recalls how he used to be in the exhibition business as a kid in Arizona by renting movies and playing them in his family living room, charging kids in the neighborhood 10 cents, as it's legal to do so if those proceeds go to charity. But he says he would turn a profit by charging 12 cents for popcorn. I mean, it's in his blood
Yeah, man.
to be a movie theater man. And again, a lot of this kind of stuff is in The Fabelmans, which is a great movie. It's kind of about his childhood and him falling in love with movies.
Also, still pretty much the case how movie theaters make most of their money is concessions. You buy popcorn, that costs that theater like a nickel.
Yes.
You know, you pay $5 to get the big bucket or whatever. Like, you know, they're raking it in.
It's also, there's so many filmmakers whose kind of origin story begins with working at a movie theater, working at a video store, something like that. Sam Raimi and his brothers had a very similar experience where I think they would like run movies at like a Michigan college, and like they would play their own films, and like every week they would go like re-edit it to make the audience respond better. And that's how
that's
like
great.
Sam Raimi developed his taste in film and his style. Obviously, famous people like Quentin Tarantino, Kevin Smith worked in video stores. Like there's a lot of stories like that. A lot of people have worked at movie theaters.
We got more super chats coming in. Thank you, Brian. Vibey Woodchuck, no Shrek 5 news. They disrespect my Lord and Savior. Yeah, Abby, how are you feeling?
I think this is messed up. Also, I guess they'll have another CinemaCon, but if they want those people in the room to get excited about people coming to the theaters, people are already seated.
What if just as like Spielberg leaves the stage, the lights are kind of coming up, people are starting to gather their belongings, and then over the speakers it hits, somebody wants, whoa, the roof gets
Or maybe like, well, we know yesterday they had wires, like maybe the dragon comes in.
Yes.
Or like, I'm trying to think who would go down the aisle.
Maybe they get Lord Farquaad comes out. You know what I mean? Live action Lord Farquaad. That'd be sick as hell.
Okay, aliens have won the poll. We have another super chat coming
hot
in.
Take.
Joseph Bartholomew 6253. Aliens and ghosts are cool, but I want to see a movie about a shared universe of all the cryptids. Bigfoot, Mothman, Jersey Devil. Shocked Chupacabra didn't get in there. Give me the Alpine Tatzelworm. Give me Michele Membe. Give me Kraken. Give me all of them.
Shit.
Yeah.
Jackalope?
We're
We
going
got
to
a
get
jackalope
in there. Get Jackalope in there.
Hell yeah. I'm surprised. I mean, that must have been pitched. That movie's been pitched, right?
I'll
'Cause
tell
those
you
are
this.
public domain, right?
I specifically worked on multiple treatment. I can't remember the name of the studio. It's like Blue Mountain something. They did TED. I worked on multiple treatments of Bigfoot movies for them over the course of like a year on spec, and they wouldn't make any of them.
I gotta say, as we're kind of coming near the end of this, I got 2 bureaus down, not chugged. I had to take my time on them. We're about 40-ish bucks away from another threshold. If we hit that, I will consume a 3rd bureau on stream. And just a reminder, tomorrow during the Disney stream, we are anticipating that being one of the biggest, if not the biggest. We're guaranteed to get Doomsday news.
Yep.
In addition to maybe some Secret Wars, definitely Mandalorian and Grogu, Starfighter, Disney live action, Frozen 3, all kinds of Moana live action, all kinds of stuff is going to be tomorrow. We'll also recap the Paramount panel and the MGM panel that are going to take place between now and then. I'm going to consume a whole hell of a lot of bureaus. I'm going to shout out whoever our leading super chatters are. As I consume those, I will drink in their honor, a tribute chug, if it were. But thank you everybody that has sent in super chats and just been active in the chat in general.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you for being here with us. We have another super chat. Speak of the devil, Carson Robinson, 3CQ. Numb to Society.
sorry.
Wait, hang on. Oh, no, it's Hannah Basso sending in some kind of dancing pear.
Like a dancing grimace, like a party grimace or something
okay,
like
party
that.
pear.
That's great.
Party pear pole.
Appreciate you, Hannah Basso.
Thank you so much, Hannah Basso, for that. Another Hannah Basso super chat. What movie do you want Spielberg to do one day? I want him to do another Jurassic Park and show everyone how it's done. You know what I mean? Like the first, I can't get my daughter to watch the first Jurassic Park movie because she watched one of the Chris Pratt ones that was bad. And now she's like, those movies suck. And like, you know, when people talk about this movie ruins my childhood, I'm like, shut up, go back and watch the movie you like to watch. Yeah. But what it has done is poisoned me from sharing something from my childhood with my daughter because the new ones aren't very good. And that's really a bummer. So I would love to see Spielberg come back to, if not Jurassic Park, give me another Crichton adaptation, you know,
come back for a Indiana Jones movie. That's kind of the same as the Jurassic, and that maybe I don't want to see any more of those. And
maybe that franchise is better left
and
on.
You just gotta move on or whatever. I would love to see him do a Western. That would be really fun.
We got another super chat in here coming from Wiggy Stardust, $2. I'm currently writing a Chupacabra's horror movie. Ooh. Hell yes, Wiggy Stardust.
Like right now, currently, you're typing that as you type this. That's wild.
Chupacabras, for those of you who don't know,
goat suckers.
Goat suckers, yeah, legendary cryptids that apparently suck goats dry. Rumored to have the same glowing red eyes as Mothman, known, of course, from the 1967 bridge collapse in Point Pleasant, West Virginia, and rumored to be associated with UFO sightings, the Chupacabras, though they're mostly a cryptid of the Texas and Southwest regions.
Yeah, do you think that's some guy was out there sucking a goat dry, and they're like, Gary, how'd that goat get sucked dry? And he's like, Chupacabra did it.
Yeah. You had one of those little things you pierce into an orange, you know. Do
you have a pubis you could share of the Chupacabra?
Yeah, let me look up. If I Google Chupacabra pubis, I think I'm going to get something we cannot show on air without getting demonetized.
How do we know we're not looking at a Chupacabra pubis right now?
We
you
don't
know
know
what I mean? We don't know. What
they're hard to track down. They're hard to track down.
Okay. Yeah. Do we assume nobody's following Spielberg? Right?
I have to assume Spielberg. Who follows Spielberg?
Nobody wants to.
No one.
You think Lee Cronin gets up there and is like,
nah,
I don't give a shit. I'll talk about my movie now.
Is he still talking to
Coleman Domingo?
Yeah.
I think now Coleman Domingo is talking about his favorite backstage on Broadway stories, and they're fascinating, but that's not what everyone's there to see.
Big year for Coleman Domingo too. He's in Disclosure Day, and he's going to be in Michael, the Michael Jackson biopic. He's playing Joe Jackson, the father of the family.
I think he's such a phenomenal actor. There's an episode of Euphoria that is literally just him and Zendaya in a diner. It was like one of the ones they shot during COVID, yes. Right? And it's just, he is such a masterclass in acting in that episode. It's absolutely phenomenal. I think you could watch it standalone, even if you haven't seen the rest of Euphoria. It's really, really phenomenal. I mean, Zendaya is also fucking phenomenal, but he really blew me away with that episode.
And if you like Euphoria, check out the channel on Saturday.
Tune in Saturday on the new Rockstars channel.
We're going to be releasing Euphoria breakdowns every week, courtesy of Abby Freel, resident Euphoria expert. We've got a new tweet popping up any second now, Abby.
Okay, here we go. I can read this one. Steven Spielberg discusses the history of UFOs, now known as UAPs. How a pilot in 1947 named Kenneth Arnold spotted a saucer flying past his plane. And in the same year, mysterious debris was discovered in Roswell, New Mexico. According to Spielberg, most Hollywood films in the decades since depicted alien encounters without actually believing aliens were out there. In recent years, smartphones and intelligence disclosures of infrared scans from a Navy pilot reignited his interest and belief in UAPs. To Spielberg, this is not fiction or his imaginative fears. He truly believes we are not alone in this world. This true belief is what Disclosure Day is about. There's more truth than fiction in this film.
Oh.
Whoa. Is that like the truth is that Emily Blunt is actually a meteorologist?
That'd be amazing. Just Spielberg caught me. I was doing weather updates for KEXP.
Well, I know that was the theory, that he was like making this because he was one of the people who has the privilege of knowing.
He's been given access to the super secret government files, and
Yes.
that like he is going to make a certain kind of disclosure in this film.
Another tweet coming in.
Okay, Steven Spielberg teases that with Disclosure Day, he worked closely with the Universal marketing team to make sure that nothing from the film's third act would be shown in trailers. Coleman Domingo, who has seen it, claimed that this part of the movie had him jumping out of his seat.
It would be an amazing flub if Coleman Domingo followed up going like, "Oh yeah, the stuff in the third act with the turkey," and everyone's like, "No, not the turkey."
There's a turkey in the third act. Film's ruined. Spoilers for Daredevil Born Again Season 2, Episode 5.
I will
There's
say,
a turkey.
Kudos to Spielberg for working directly with the marketing team, for being like, don't reveal this. You know, like there are so many movies. I mean, Terminator 2 being the main one, where it's like the main twist of the movie is that he's a good guy. It was all over the trailers. We got a super chat coming in. The Master 22 Dude 39 $3 super chat. I hope Cars 4 is announced tomorrow. Yeah, it's been a minute since we got a Cars movie.
That's what you're hoping for?
Yeah.
The Master?
I think no, never mind. There is only 3 cars. I thought it was.
But like, of all the Disney projects that could come out,
Wow.
you're really hoping for
Cars 4,
a Cars 4.
top of the list.
Zach coming out as a Cars hater.
Yeah, Cars sucks. The first one's fun. All the ones since then suck. I've been to Cars Land. I've ridden Luigi's Spinaroonies or whatever. Okay, it's a lame ass franchise.
The Cars ride at Disneyland is great.
Yes,
It's super
the
fun.
really fast one, Radiator Falls or whatever.
The spinny one too. The
Let
theme song.
it be a ride.
Can we
don't
do a
need
show
anything.
where we show Zach a ride and you name what you think it is?
Yeah. Luigi Spinaroonies.
I mean, that's
Radiator Falls.
yeah, all right. I don't know.
We got another super chat coming in here from Lo-Fi Girl Lore Enthusiast. She says, "I'm back. Have they talked about Forgotten Island yet? The trailer for it looked so good."
Well,
They saw it.
so they showed the movie in its entirety earlier
Yes.
today, and people who wanted to go could go and watch it. So I don't think they're mentioning it as much in this panel because they kind of covered it in full earlier. Yeah.
Another super chat coming in. Matthew P9. I hope we get a Cars live action remake tomorrow.
Just Fast and Furious? Or
Yeah,
what is that? Now, if Cars live action, are there actors? Like, is it Owen Wilson, but he's wearing a car costume? Or is it just a normal car that can talk?
I think it's like Lion King, where it's realistic
Oh,
and not.
yeah.
It's just like
Exciting,
photorealistic.
Just
but- yeah.
Forza 6 engine.
Yeah.
We got super chat coming in here. Sarah Hatchadorian, long time no see. $10 super chat. Thank you, Sarah. This movie is going to answer questions, but also cause you to ask a lot of questions. This movie is an experience, and all you need to get from the beginning to the end is a seatbelt because it's part of the Cars franchise. Steven Spielberg.
Damn. Wait, Disclosure Day is live action Cars?
Live action Cars. That's what Sarah Hatchadorian is
Wow.
saying. That's what Sarah Hatchadorian says.
Hey, I also got to say, with that super chat, where are we at in our super chat total? Get that one off the screen, Brian, so I can read the freaking little chart at the bottom. I think we are. Oh, we got $9.09 away from me popping another beer out. Just saying. And we got maybe minutes, maybe seconds left in this panel.
Yeah,
okay, I can't make any promises about how much longer we're gonna go.
It's possible that they let Spielberg talk for a full hour.
Yeah, that's right.
and
Slowly, people just get up and leave. Spielberg
Yes.
keeps talking.
Yes, and if so, we'll be here for the whole
Oh,
thing.
here you go.
Christian Unpronounceable, $10 super chat saying shotgun.
Okay, I'm gonna try a third varietal of Biro.
And Sarah too.
Sarah Hatchadorian, another $10. You got some of our heaviest hitters and most reliable chatters and friends.
Okay,
except for Sarah, who I'm beefing with.
I've previously had a Pilsner and a hazy IPA. I'll be drinking a wheat Biro. Again, thank you to Tom Holland for personally canning all these Biros.
Shotgun it.
Oops.
They're paying for shotguns.
Pay for shotguns.
This is my version of a shotgun. I don't know.
Give me one. Give me one.
Okay. Oh, Berg!
Give me one.
Oh,
Let it reel.
The people paid good money. We got a name to uphold here.
And unless people want to pay $180 right now.
Okay, so what? How is this still cold? Okay, this is the noon wheat.
The magic of bureaus. Okay, here we go. Stay here. Wait, should we?
Yeah. Here. Okay, here we go. I'm going to open it a little wider than I did last time. Okay, here we go. What's that? Was that me?
It splashed on me.
Oh, sorry. Okay, here we go. Hang on.
Go. Cars.
The chat wants you to say ka-chow.
Ka-chow.
Wow, that was fast.
Woo. Whoa. You already...
That's a real
Berg.
fast.
That's a grown-ass man chug right there.
That's a liberal arts education there, folks.
That's just sad because you're not even going to be drunk after all that work.
I don't want to be drunk.
Hey, Abby,
I have an improv
that's-
rehearsal in 2 hours.
That's not the goal, okay?
Yeah.
That's pretty messed up that you would even think that.
I just was like, that was like a lot of work for shotgunning. And
It
now
is a-
you're just.
It's about the journey, not the destination.
I will say it's a pretty decent tasting non-alcoholic beer. I that's like
Yeah.
just a genuinely
They're
tasty beer.
good.
I wish I had sipped it.
These are tasty.
Oh my God. Okay. Sarah Hatchadorian, $10 super chat saying pop the bureau.
Blessings.
Oh my God.
Blessings. We're also getting Geek Ledger coming back. Spielberg should adapt Crichton's Dragon Teeth. It's a very Indiana Jones-like book about a young paleontologist set during the 1876 Bone Wars.
Turn cereal.
Bone Wars sounds like a picture Berg was showing us earlier from his dinosaur book.
Bone Wars is probably about Martian Cope, the famous paleontologist who were warring largely over sauropod skeletons in the American West in the late 19th century. Both made a lot of contributions to the field of paleontology, but ultimately also mislabeled quite a few skeletons in their rush to name new species. So
Is that where we get like Brontosaurus is not a real thing?
I think Brontosaurus is a real thing now, but it's like there was Brontosaurus and Apatosaurus and Diplodocus were all like mixed up, and like a lot of the skeletons were hastily assembled. A lot of sauropod fossils that people thought were major sauropods turned out to be fossilized tree limbs with like bug holes in them and stuff. Like, okay, my God.
Looks like the panel has wrapped.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, we got a super chat here.
We did it.
Sarah Hatchadorian, $10 saying pop the bureau. Sarah, way ahead of you. Way ahead of you, but thank you so much for forcing me to do this.
Christian Unpronounceable, get over the beef and pork already. I like the meat allusions. Is that you're saying Berg and Sarah Hatchadorian should squash their beef and have
pork?
sex? Is that what you're saying? Or you're just listing
I'm
different
spoken
meats?
for. I'm spoken for.
I think Sarah's also spoken for.
Yeah, nobody needs that. Also, I don't know how we do that via super chat, but who knows? Who knows what'll happen tomorrow at the Disney panel live stream, everybody? We're going to be back in a little less than 24 hours. When is tomorrow's live stream is going to commence
At 2.
at actually 2:30 p.m.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're right. Sorry, you were right. First, 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. East Coast if you're in the U.S. We will begin our stream. The Disney panel will begin a little bit after that, and we will be covering everything they talk about. We have been guaranteed from Disney that there will be some revelations, some footage, some trailer, something from Avengers Doomsday, which we are waiting for with bated breath. We're also anticipating Mandalorian and Grogu, maybe some Star Wars Starfighter. Obviously, lots of Pixar, Disney Animation, Fox Studios. There's going to be a lot of good stuff, and we will be recapping not only the week of other panels, but specifically MGM and Amazon later tonight and Paramount earlier tomorrow. Maybe there's some Ninja Turtle news. Maybe there's some G.I. Joe news, some Transformer news. Who knows what we might be able to get into. We want to shout out Geek Ledger, who became a YouTube channel member. Blessings
Thank
to
you so much, Geek Ledger.
And then the 94th Duke, who, you know what? I already love you, 94th Duke, because you've got Paul Atreides as your avatar, Lisan Al-Gaib. Dune 3 will be better than Doomsday for sure. I think Denis Villeneuve is combining Dune Messiah and Children of Dune into one film. I like your agenda here, the 94th Duke. I like neither one of those films are getting discussed on this panel, but you're bringing that energy.
Yeah, tomorrow there will be some if there's not Doomsday News tomorrow, our heads will explode.
That's right.
We haven't seen a trailer yet. We really want to see a trailer.
If we don't get Doomsday News tomorrow, we'll be drinking these beers out of sorrow instead of joy, which is what we were drinking them out of today. Thank you again to everybody that participated in the Super Chat. Thank you everybody that stuck around. Yes, tomorrow is going to be the big culmination of this whole week of CinemaCon coverage. Keep an eye out on the new Rockstars channel for Erik will be squeezing out these videos he's been putting out. Again, we have the Spider-Verse video that's already out on the channel. He'll probably do another video either recapping the Clayface footage that was shown yesterday, maybe some of the Odyssey footage that was shown today. He's going to pick whatever topic he thinks will be juicy. That will probably come out tomorrow afternoon. In addition to probably later this week, he'll do a full recap of his experiences at CinemaCon.
We also have coming out tomorrow on the channel just as a breakdown of The Boys, episode 3.
Yes.
So we're still covering that. I believe this morning, Jess's breakdown of Invincible season finale. Brian, how far are we at the finale yet?
Or is it Invincible?
For Invincible.
Not yet. Next week.
Next week is the Invincible finale. So
This episode was crazy. I'm actually so sad that I couldn't cover it on the break room this week, but next week.
Brian has alerted me that I might have said fake news.
Whoa.
That the panel is done.
Oh, the panel continues.
Well, I don't know.
Where did you get that the panel is done,
From the
Abby?
chat.
Oh, you can't trust the
Abby's
chat.
over here on
They were
Truth
telling us about a
Social.
Constantine movie yesterday.
Well, also Jason Blum Blum tweeted, "My Freddy's army still alive?" ?
Oh, do you think, is that him subtweeting Universal about not talking about Five Nights at Freddy's? Or do you think they're about to talk about Five Nights at Freddy's?
I think that was more like, "Get ready, Freddy's army. Are you still out there?"
Okay. Also, Discussing Film reporting that over 5 minutes of footage from Steven Spielberg's Disclosure Day was just shown at CinemaCon, including a first look at the Alien.
Oh.
We have not seen any images of the Alien in any of the previous trailers. Again, anything that was shown, Erik will be transcribing that in his inimitable way, and we will be able to convey what he has seen.
It might be done.
I don't know if the mics are picking up the sounds I am making.
I hope
but
they're not.
Abby, unfortunately, is. And I apologize both as a coworker and a human that you have to listen to this.
In the chat for Berg, Burpless Berg.
Burpless
in
Berg.
the chat.
Yeah, justice for my upper gastric system.
I guess we haven't got Erik, and we're done.
Yeah, we haven't heard a confirmation that it's over.
So sorry for literally having you plug the end of the stream.
We do have an update, Abby, from Erik. A new trailer for Steven Spielberg's Disclosure Day shown at CinemaCon finally answers some questions about the bigger mysteries of this sci-fi film. Josh O'Connor plays Daniel Kellner, a crypto security expert turned whistleblower who leaks government secrets about extraterrestrial life recovered on Earth since 1947, likely tying in with the Roswell incident. Emily Blunt plays Margaret Fairchild, a movie name if I've ever heard it, a Kansas meteorologist who has an on-air episode speaking in a series of alien clicks that Daniel can understand as a series of math equations. The trailer implies that the two of them had some forgotten history as children and were either connected by aliens or are themselves aliens in human form. These aren't confirmed answers, just my interpretation of what I saw. We see alien fingers wrap around these kids' faces from behind as they lay on glowing gurneys and hold hands. We see a POV of a pilot cockpit as his jet crosses some threshold of a spectrum of light. The money shot of the trailer is that deer we've seen in the public trailers leaning down over the girl in bed, and the camera swoops over the deer's fur to its other eye as the black eye now has glowing technology in it, and we realize it's the eye of an extraterrestrial staring down at young Emily Blunt. You can see much of the alien, but I'll say that it kind of does look like the aliens in Close Encounters. Anyone predicting that this movie could be a sequel to Close Encounters, a movie that Spielberg noted will celebrate its 50th anniversary next year, might not be too far off.
What a great excuse to go back and rewatch Close Encounters.
Yeah, wow.
Okay, so we've gotten confirmation from Erik via Slack that the panel is over. No Shrek 5.
Nope.
Abby, will you be okay?
No.
No Shrek 5. No How to Train Your Dragon 2. No Exorcist. No Murder, She Wrote. No Daniels film. I mean, you know what? Universal has a lot going on in 2026, so they didn't really need to talk 2027 stuff. That's okay. You know, that's great. We're eating good. Though, you know what? Maybe a little anticlimactic, though. Not that Disclosure Day is not going to be killer, but, you know.
They started with Odyssey. You know, like they started big. You know, you got primacy versus recency. Do you want to make a good first impression, or do you want to, like, leave off on a good taste? And I think they did pretty well on both counts.
Primacy versus recency. Was that the sequel to X vs. Sever?
Yeah, it's a whoever win, they lose kind of a thing.
Requiem. Okay. Well, I think on that note, let's wrap it up, everybody.
Great. Let's do the outro. That's it for us today. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to New Rockstars on YouTube. We'll be back tomorrow at 2 p.m. covering the Disney panel. We expect to get a lot of Marvel news there. If you want to support us directly, consider buying some merch from nerdriot.shop. If you're in the Los Angeles area and you're not doing anything Friday night, come see us do a live reading of Morbius at UCB Theater at 7 p.m. We also have tickets available for live stream if you're not in the LA area. Thanks so much for tuning in. We will see you all tomorrow at 2 p.m. for the Disney panel.
2 p.m. Pacific.
Adios, y'all.
Bye.